All right, very good evening, afternoon, or otherwise time appropriate greetings to you folks here on Speed Gaming, and welcome to the next episode in our SNES Super Stars marathon. We got a good one for you tonight, folks. We are now showing you Super Metroid Zelda 3 Combo Randomizer. So, you've been seeing a lot of Super Metroid and the Link to the Past stuff, standalone randomizer, various ROM hacks. But what if we told you both of those randomizers could be smushed together? What do you think, Separate Fire Dog?
I think that's a great idea. You take two of the best games that the Super Nintendo created, smash them together, and put them into one ROM file. And then you can freely transition between the two whenever you want to, and have to complete both games to win. That sounds like a really good time.
Indeed it is, and furthermore, Lenophis and Metroidmst will be showing us hard Super Metroid logic tonight. And what that means is that for Super Metroid specifically, they may be having to do some difficult movement tech or otherwise do less item than required runs for stuff such as heated rooms without Variasuit, Meridia without gravity, and a couple of other crazy hard shenanigans, but we are off.
And we've got a Mega Man sprite on the left and a Samus sprite on the right. Because Leno always does Mega Man 10. He's going to be Mega Man in both games, most likely. Now, this being co-op, one of them is going to go down into Retro Brinstar, while the other goes straight to Link to the Past.
Yeah, so for those who may have not seen the the SMZ3 run on Tuesday, how the combo randomizer works is, as you just saw Metroidmst do there are 4 locations within both games that can act as cross-game portals, where you can transition from Super Metroid to A Link to the Past and vice versa.
First check of the game is a pack of super missiles in Link's house.
Now, down here in Retro Brinstar, there are 2 items in Logic in Hard Mode. The first being the Vanilla Morph Ball item, the second being the high jump locked energy tank to the right.
Some boom booms on the Morph Ball pad. They're orbs, but not the ones we're looking for.
More like blueberries.
And $200. So, not worth checking.
Yeah, $300 is nice, but not really what we're looking for, unfortunately.
And the uncle gave us 3 bombs, and in his uncle's chest is 3 more bombs. So that's kind of nice. We don't have to farm for bombs early game.
I wasn't aware that Hyrule Castle ordered from the local blueberry shop down the highway.
I got tons of them down there today. There's a vanilla heart container in the sanctuary. Well, I don't know if it's the Sank heart, but it was a heart container, so, I mean, who knows?
We can find out later.
What? He's not Mega Man. He's Sonic.
Yeah, this is not Mega Man from Mega Man. This is Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's not even a Nintendo game. How is that legal?
Ask Total. He's the one that developed this.
Oh, there's our first map check. We got 3 crystals in the light world, 1 red on Eastern, and Desert Palace and Tower of Hera both being blue.
Alright, so 3 crystals in the light world is actually really good news. That means all of our pendants are in the dark world, which means that we may have a very significant number of annoying dungeons that may not be required.
So here's a question. How come Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't come equipped with boots? He should be faster than this.
Well, no, they're not Pegasus boots. Different item.
Come on. That's not fair.
We've been seeing our tree pulls from our runners, and it looks like the tier 3 is hearts. I'm not sure if Leno just got the tier 1 there. Bush crabs are only giving us some blues.
Which is not terrible, but it's not the best thing you could get there. You want bombs or red rupees, to be honest.
Small magic wouldn't hurt either. That's a glove.
There's
on
an Agaseed.
Yes!
There's a confirmed Agaseed right there.
Well,
we know who rolled this
that'll
one.
Complicate things. It starts, folks. It starts.
Of course it is.
Wouldn't it be great if the Aga 1 care package is already... Oh, hey, there's a Variasuit.
That's a nice suit to find early on. I mean, to be fair, they deserved this.
Do they? I mean, they're coming on and performing for well over 1,000 people here tonight.
It's over 1,500, I'll have you know. 1,521 at this current moment. That's a lot of people.
Absolutely. So, welcome once again, all of you who are joining us again for the SNES Super Stars Marathon. So, yeah, for those who are not familiar with Link to the Past, the reason why we go crazy about that glove being in the Lumberjack Ledge is because that is not open until you defeat Aga 1, the first Dagon boss in Castle Tower.
And find the Pegasus boots.
Luckily, however, we already have found one of the keys to Castle Tower being the lamp in the bottom of the well.
It's good. That means we'll have light cones for our dark room, so we won't need to wander around aimlessly.
Yeah, lamp is one of those things that creates just a lot of logical snafus that when you do get something in a dark room, it generates way more questions than answers.
Yeah, for sure. And in the chicken hut, we have a boomerang. Yay, stun prize.
Well, stun prizes could be useful, like, again, bombs or rupees.
Or magic. Sometimes a magic decanter is nice to find.
Yeah, especially given I haven't seen too much magic drop from, or any magic drops from any of the enemies that have been defeated up to this point. That may end up being a problem later down the road. Then again, there are some guaranteed drops in dungeons and stuff, so they don't have to worry too much. Okay, anything else boots locked?
Not there.
Just a red rupee.
I'm gonna say no to the supers on the race ledge, which it's questionable to do this early on. Having lots of ammo without having charged beam is kind of a nice thing because you kind of do need to kill Mother Brain.
They found at least one super missile tank already, so they at least have some super missiles in their inventory for sure.
Metroidmst is going to show us the South Shore checks. He's going to give us the dam, Mini Moldworm Cave, and Ice Rod Cave. Mini Moldworm Cave being the light version of Hype Cave.
And given that it's a Sphere Zero check, it usually is pretty hype.
Yeah. Unlike Hype Cave, I've had way more Hype Cave Mini Moldworms than I have Hype Caves themselves.
Which is really weird why the names aren't, well, I wouldn't say name swap, but I'm surprised Mini Moldworm Cave hasn't officially been given the Hype Cave title. But, jokes aside,
there's our morphing ball in the dam!
And we have actually seen a very significant number of powerbomb tanks already. We've seen at least 2, so that's already 10 powerbombs, which is amazing for Retro Brimstar and Criteria clears.
Yes, very nice. Having at least 15 makes the game much more tolerable, especially early on. Pod Green Pendant.
So the green pendant is Crossworld Vanilla? Ooh, that's a screw attack in the back of Sahasrala's closet. This is actually not a bad Super Metroid equipment loadout here. We've got Morph Ball, Power Bombs, Various Suit, some goodies.
Oh, and that fairy is going to elude MST. Of course, she's going to go float over somewhere where he can't reach it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Metroid didn't just yank it with the boomerang.
That was actually one of the least hype caves of Mini Moldworm I've ever seen.
I cannot agree more.
2 heart pieces, a couple arrows, and some missiles? Like, ugh.
Alright, Lenophis is going to start peeking Eastern Palace. Everything except Armos Knights in logic, courtesy of that lamp.
And now he's going to dodge the crabs, because they'll kill him. That bee will kill him, too.
Yeah, trying to dash through Hyrule Field with only half a heart, not exactly a pleasant experience.
It takes some courage. Oh, and the stun prize is hearts. That's kind of nice.
Sigh of relief there from Metroidmst.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that was close. He barely dodged that crab. Crabs do 2 hearts of damage. We don't know why.
All right, nothing of extreme significance going on yet in Eastern Palace.
Ice Rod Cave has for us our first shield. Yay! Leno's not going to get that.
Not really. Yeah, these runners aren't going to be too worried about like having mirror shield for laser bridge or anything of that nature.
No, there's ways to cheese it. Many, many ways.
Many ways.
Speaking of magic.
Yeah, still nothing to really use that magic with yet. There's another set of power bombs. So yeah, now Super Metroid's looking really good at the moment.
That's probably where they're going to go shortly after they're done with Eastern.
Yeah, and there's a couple of different directions they can take with this. With a continuous wall jump, they could get to wreck ship with their current equipment right now.
Just what we want to do is a 1 E-Tank Fantoon. Yay! Everybody loves low percent Fantoon. Except those who try to do it and then die.
Yeah, that would be pretty painful, but Metroidmst has just decided to pick up Screw Attack and then nope on out back to Super Metroid. Not a bad call, considering that there's only one more check here in Eastern.
And that Screw Attack will allow him to save some power bombs usage early on. Now what we're going to see here is MST is going to do a delayed wall jump to get up here and check the gauntlet.
Yeah, luckily had Morph Ball when crouching there, otherwise that would have been a soft lock.
Yeah, he'd have been stuck. And that Yapping Maw is saving him from taking a dip in the acid, which really hurts. I mean, even with Varia, it still stings.
Yeah, but
not as bad as Suitless, but it's not good.
Yeah, I believe Varia Suit in the Super Metroid Randomizer specifically is a 75% environmental damage reduction, whereas Gravity Suit is the enemy damage resistance reduction.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
So 75% is pretty huge when it comes, especially when you consider how fast the acid normally drains your health.
And that acid still hurts, though.
Oh, and Zeruvian, our tracker, is enlightening me that Varia does still give partial damage reduction.
Wow, that gauntlet, it's awful. Just $40.
Yeah, there was a lot of red in there, but only the heart container was the really good one. And even then, that's still kind of questionable. Alright, well, Leno's going to check front of Hyrule Castle for us. This is pretty much, assuming the key's somewhere between here and Dark Cross, this is pretty much in logic. And there's the key, so the bottom two chests are perfectly in logic.
The problem is he's got to do it with bombs, because he has no other weapons. They have literally 0 weapons from Link to the Past.
True, but they can use the boomerang to at least guarantee where the guards will be where the bomb goes off, and that at least saves a little bit of stress.
That does help. Now, what we're going to see from MST here is he's going to do what's known as a mock ball to check this early supers location. And that allows you to bypass certain speed booster locked items. In the hard logic, that means this speed booster can actually be back here. I've seen it before. It's quite amusing.
I have to be perfectly honest here. This is one of the most barren criterias I have seen, and green Brimstars I have seen in a very long time.
Yeah, this is a very, very slow start here in Metroid.
I was going to giggle if that was like Boots or Speed Booster on early supers as you said that.
We do have some very nice movement items, though. That Screw Attack alone is definitely worth having because, I mean, it just makes the late game so much easier. You just jump into enemies and you never die.
And we may need to be visiting some of those areas sooner rather than later, given that we have a Sphere Zero Varia suit, which, in all honesty, probably puts most of our next steps of progression in probably areas of Upper Norfair and the like.
Wow, then Brinstar just keeping to give nothing.
Yeah, the advantage to Metroidmst checking all this now, since it is co-op, is that Lenophis can just outright skip this entirely and do the famous Brin skip, as we call it, upon his return to Super Metroid.
So far, there's been nothing in the Green Brinstar loop. We have 2 more checks in Green Brin, then we're going to go to Pink Brin.
Wasn't anything in the path to Zelda Cell either, so it's off to Dark Cross now for Leno, and with the key can go all the way to Back of Escape.
Which is good, because the lamp puts that in logic and allows us to go check what's back there. Because we know that it ain't going to be a glove. It might be a glove, but we know where one of them are.
Yeah, we're still missing, as far as the keys to get to that glove, we're missing the boots so we can actually bonk the lumberjack tree. We're missing a sword at the bare minimum, and either another sword or a cape.
Garo's claiming that there's going to be a sword and a cape back here.
Now that would be a very generous combo, especially considering that there is still nothing showing up here in Big Pink.
I mean, that energy tank's nice. I mean, it's not like we need it for hell runs or anything. Oh, there's another energy tank. Look at that. We got 3 energy tanks already.
Yeah, you mentioned those, and so yeah, well, granted, that's not an issue today since Various Suit was free, but had Various Suit not been free today, 3 energy tanks is enough to do a heated run all the way to Ice Beam.
Well, there's a book, and a map, and a sword. So Zarugi, there's the magic cape on Pink Brin. Oh my goodness, there's Aga combined logic right there. Holy cow.
There you go. Well, now we're getting somewhere, folks. So let's see what Leno decides to do with this. I think they're just coming to I think Leno just came to terms with realizing that that was the Aga 1 care package in Missiles Under Charge.
However, he's got the book, so now he can go to Desert and clear out at least 1 chest there.
Yeah, we already need boots anyway, so it doesn't really matter if Desert is boots locked per se, at least for the crystal.
I mean, if it is boots locked, we can't finish it right now, but we can at least get that first chest and see what's on the torch.
That is true. We still need a glove regardless.
Yeah, we can't clear it because we don't have the glove. We do have the fire source necessary, but we don't have a glove.
Now, it should be noted that thanks to the cross-game portals, just Morph Ball and Power Bombs is enough to put Death Mountain into logic, despite the fact that we do not have a glove to lift up the boulder to reach the old man. We can still backdoor it.
And Metroidmst just did a wave gate glitch to get to this wave beam locked item. Using the acceleration of a super missile, it can allow the super missile to clip through the gate and open the door from the wrong side, allowing you early access to this item here. In this case, it was a piece of heart and not really worth getting, but he got it anyway.
Alright, so it looks like Lenophis is heading to... I'm pretty sure this is a red tower play. No, there's no such thing as a wreck tower yet.
You don't think he's going to go straight to wreck ship, do you?
With this equipment, I doubt it.
He doesn't have enough missiles to kill Fantoon very easily. So he was just picking up the supers there. That's fine. Now he's going to go down to Red Tower, go probably kill Kraid.
Yeah, you're seeing an example of, oh, hey, Charge Beam. That's nice. That's actually really nice because Charge in this version of the randomizer, which we are using version 11.1 if memory serves correctly, and 11.1 of the combo randomizer specifically. I should stress that the SMZ3 combo randomizer kind of goes on a different logic path compared to compared to like the current the separate Link to the Past and SM randos, where Fire Rod is not a valid light source for dark rooms, for example, and like the advanced placement things you see in a normal Link to the Past randomizer don't necessarily apply here.
That's a heck of a location for a fire rod. And there's a nope tank sitting behind. MST showing his frustration with that location there. He obviously does not want that tank. Now we're going to see what's in Billy Mays.
Yeah, there was another energy tank found in Alpha Power Bombs as well. So the energy tanks really are starting to come to life, and that's a flute.
So there's our secondary access to the mountain.
Suddenly, this seed is really starting to come to life here, after a surprisingly barren Brinstar.
Yeah, Samus Eaters love to eat Mega Man 2.
I thought they were I always thought they were Venusaurs.
MST came back down from Billy Mays and reshot that nope tank.
I'm very confused. What is the what's the deal with Metroidmst and nope tanks?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask about it later.
See, Fire Rod is still really good though, because that's probably going to be needed this seed. Regardless, because it's highly unlikely that Skullwoods, Ice Palace, and Turtle Rock are going to be all pendants. If they are, I'm going to laugh, but if they're not, you're going to need Fire Rod.
Yep. Spazer just had some bombs, and so did Old Mother Brain. Just some bombs.
Now, it is also entirely possible, given what we have now, that AGO 1 may be required for Dark World access for Hammer or Moon Pearl on the Pyramid, but at this point, considering we still have a lot of various suit-specific checks in our pocket right now, I don't foresee any reason for the runners to rush that until at least Pegasus boots show up.
And here's Leno going over to take on Kraid. And $5 at 230 missiles. It's the boss music. Dun 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 dun.
Alright, so Lenophis is going to be our first runner to take on a boss here in this combo randomizer seed. We will see if Lenophis can get Kraid to stand up or if he will be shut down.
I'm hoping for a nice quick kill.
I don't think our runners could agree more.
MST is showing us some love in the chat while he's racing. That's impressive.
And that was a very impressive quick kill.
But the best meringue, awesome.
Well, we have the red and blue boomerangs. Now we just need to find the green one, and we're pretty much in business. But yeah, as Semper, you were alluding to earlier, yeah, Screw Attack has already been making life easy for the runners, and it's probably one of the best end game movement items you can come across. Like, if you can add Space Jump to the mix, you're basically in business.
It allows you to somersault through enemies and not die, and it allows you to break certain morph ball. Oh, there's a gravity suit behind Kraid. So there goes the whole prediction of gravity suit being on the pedestal, but you never know. There could be something else useful there.
So no hell runs and no suitless Meridia. That is not something I'm used to saying in a hard mode seed.
This looks like it's going to be a let's play Super Metroid first and then do Link to the Past afterwards.
Oh, that's weird, because that's not what it says on the schedule.
Yeah, I know, but... Oh, CWJ from MST getting him to wreck ship. Very nice.
Although, at this point, he just learned about Gravity Suit, which I'm sure would be nice right now, because I don't think Metroidmst currently has the gear to do Spiky Room of Death in Logic with the current equipment.
It's not going to stop him from doing it.
Fair enough.
He'll find a way.
Yeah, these two are masters, indeed. Yeah, these two are masters of their craft, so if it looks like it may need more items, chances are it probably doesn't. Not to these two.
Spooky Missiles has for us some more power bombs. That's a very nice find, because now both runners have the coveted 15.
Yes, so desirable for two reasons. Number one, the absolute minimum required to complete Torian. Number two, the absolute minimum to actually perform a Crystal Flash.
Which could be used later on to get through certain walls or not die. But in this case, we have Varia, so we're not going to see any Hellerons that require Crystal Flashes to survive, but, you know, it's still a nice tech.
For sure.
Now, on the right side, you will be seeing the Ghost of Argus, commonly known as Fantoon. He's kind of a jerk. He's a RNG-based boss that has RNG with RNG. Because, you know, one set of RNG wasn't enough.
Not to mention a mechanic that can enrage him. Which is done upon impact with a super missile.
Yes, Fantoon takes double damage from supers, but if the super missile does not kill him, he goes into an enraged state and is not targetable for like 45 seconds and does wave after wave of those blue flames, which can be fatal.
Can be fatal, but luckily it's a lot less of a pain with Screw Attack.
Yeah, because you can just somersault your way through. Somersault to win. I did not see what was in Crumble Tower, but Lenophis is climbing back up to get it, so it must be something important. It's the blue cane. That's nice.
Yeah, at this point with Cape already in play as well, not strictly required for anything, but it's still a nice weapon for example, to take down blind without taking too much damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the blind killer, because I mean it does damage to blind and protects you from damaging from blind, so you just walk on blind and he dies.
Fair enough.
And down goes the Ghost of Argus for MST.
I'm just noticing the stark difference in missile count between these two runners because of all the missiles Metroidmst found in Brinstar.
Yeah, Leno's like, I don't need that. Now, with the death of Fantoon, the wrecked ship is active, and now we can go exploring. We can check everything but one item here because we do not have Speed Booster. We can see it, but we can't get it.
Yeah, and with Lamp in tow, Lenophis is just going to go ahead and clear out West Death Mountain here and just pick up the old man, check the item on top of Spectacle Rock, check the item in Spectacle Rock, and that's about as far as he'll be able to go for now until, of course, some other useful item maybe just so happens to fall on his lap as he travels.
Wonder if we're going to have a wrecked ship or a get wrecked ship. But there's a grapple beam on the old man.
Well, that's that's your alternative method of getting into wrecked ship if you didn't want to do that whole continuous wall jump shenanigans.
And there's only one more item we need before we can go see our buddy Shaq Tool. Spectacle Rock has 5 missiles on top of it. And inside the Spectacle Rock cave is a heart container. We're probably not going to get that.
Yeah, probably not. Alright, Metroidmst is going to elect to do a power bomb jump here to get up to Spiky Room of Death.
This is not an easy trick to do.
Yeah, power bomb jump hitboxes are very tight. Not to mention getting the height necessary to actually clear the ledge here. I don't believe this trick is in Logic and Hard mode.
I believe it actually is.
I wouldn't be surprised considering how many tricks I've learned in our weeklies end up being required for hard mode.
I sure hope he saved it first.
I don't see the S. The S is still blue, so I'm not sure. In the map screen, at least it was when I saw it last. So maybe
Meanwhile, Lenophis is going to go give us the... Hey, there's a sword in Main Street Missiles.
Well, we do need that, or at least a version of that. And I think Metroidmst may have just realized that he didn't save.
He was about to reset, too. Which would have been very, very bad because he would have been back at the ship.
Yeah, after a game transition from Link to the Past to Super Metroid, or vice versa, a hard reset will always bring you back into Super Metroid and put you on the ship, and that is an ice rod on top of Mama Turtle.
Cool.
You know that means Turtle Rock's a pendant, right?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Turtle Rock is definitely one of our pendants.
I mean, it's still 2 pendants in the Dark World, but yeah, we joke that because we found Ice Rod so early, Turtle Rock's probably a pendant because Ice Rod is needed for one thing and one thing only, and that is to kill the Turtle Rock boss Trinex.
I would put money that Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Eh, 2 out of 6 chance. Fairly safe bet, honestly.
If we can get a bow on Laser Bridge would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. And we already have Fire Rod, so that's one of the major keys to get through a good chunk of Turtle Rock. Granted, we still need to get the gloves off Agaledge as part of the keys to Mitts. So
Leno doing some very nice tech using gravity suit shenanigans to launch himself through the Coliseum. Coliseum? No. Yeah. Maybe?
I think
No.
so. No, Coliseum is that
Mount
rising
Everest.
acid
That's
ruin.
Mount Everest. I
Yeah,
think.
that's the one. But get this, Metroidmst found a hook shot in the wreck ship attic, while Lenophis has found our first bottle.
One of these days I'll remember all these room names, but today is not that day.
That's right, I still get rooms wrong in Prime 2.
To be fair, there's a lot more rooms in that game.
Very true. But with that hook shot from Wreck Ship Attic, that puts East Death Mountain into logic, and that is a very nice treasure trove of items.
Oh,
wow!
My goodness!
Okay.
Wow! So both of our gloves are speed locked. One is Pegasus boost locked, the other is speed booster locked. That's disgusting.
Yeah, and this after we've had a fairly interesting sort of 20-minute mark where Fire Rod, Gravity Suit, and Fire Rod, Gravity Suit, Charge Beam, and Hookshot came within a short period of each other. Suddenly, we need both of the speed items.
So I'm guessing that our Dark World access isn't going to be with the glove.
It's not looking like it. We might... Excuse me. We might need to kill Aga 1 just to get to the Dark World at this rate. It might be Speed Booster on... It might be Speed Booster on Pyramid Ledge.
That would be classic.
Now, what you're going to see here from Lenophis is a trick called a snail clip. So as it turns out, these snails, if positioned correctly, will allow you to clip underneath the three rods here to get into the top of the aqueduct. And there's 2 items in here. This is a little easier with high jump boots, but unfortunately, high jump boots are nowhere to be seen before they're here in Missiles in the Sky.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're going to be right here. Or not.
Yeah, that's another reserve tank there in Missiles Under the Sky. Or that's not Missiles normally. Super's Under the Sky. But yeah, we have
Leno?
East Death.
Leno did pull off the snail clip and got rewarded with a super missile and a heart container for his effort.
Yeah, and you're seeing here just an example of how effective this co-op routing is becoming, because there's enough areas for both players to explore here. They're covering so much extra ground compared to what a single-player run would normally be able to take. So when Metroidmst comes to Meridia later, eventually for the Dragon kill, you'll know exactly where to go and what to skip.
Yes.
All right. Going to the Chozo Bowling Alley now for Metroid MST. For our third Nope tank in the right side sandpit there for Lenophis.
He's gonna go check Shack Tool.
You know, I really like this, especially now because A, it's a marathon, you never know. B, this is pretty much the only chance you're gonna get to check it.
It's the only chance you want to check it.
All right, so what you're seeing Lenophis try to do is another gravity jump in order to get through this grapple block and check Shack Tool.
This is not an easy trick to do.
Oh, there's an energy tank. There's an energy tank underwater there in the entrance to Rex ship. A nice little health refill on the way out. So that Rex ship was not too bad, considering it had a required boss kill and a hook shot.
Leno said, "Never mind, I'm not doing this." He's out.
I'll be back. Or not. Actually, he doesn't want to be back, but you get the idea.
No, he definitely does not want to go back, but he might have to go back.
Yeah, that'd be an unfortunate spot to last location, but maybe Metroid MST will check in the neighborhood later on after taking on Dragon. Assuming, of course, they're not already in Goma by that point.
Truth. Shack Tool is the pedestal of Super Metroid. Everybody wants to see it, even though it's never, or almost never required.
You say that, and well, first let's see what this left sandpit item is here. Oh, it's a red rupee. You say that, and anybody who was around back in, I want to say it was late October last year, we had a hard mode seed that was a gravity suitless Meridia required for Moon Pearl on Shack Tool.
I remember that one.
That same seed also had hookshot on pedestal.
That was a terrible seed. It really was. It's like nightmares. That's this kind of seed nightmares are made of.
Pretty much.
But without having Speed Booster, the rest of Meridia is not checkable, so Lenophis is leaving.
Well, Speed Booster is going to be required anyway, so it has to show up sooner or later. Because, yeah, we ain't skipping that glove.
No, we kind of need that. That's slightly required.
But yeah, Metroid MST is going to go and pick up, probably start making the way to Kraid, get Gravity Suit.
Leno is going somewhere with a book.
It can't be Ether Tablet. It might be a ped check.
Ho 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 ho! I like it. He's gonna do a ped check and then activate the flute. Does he have the flute yet?
I don't think so, because the flute was in Rex ship.
That was in Billy Mays.
That's right.
The only thing of value in the entire Bryn loop.
Pretty much.
And Charge Beam, I suppose, is kind of useful.
All right, let's see what kind of let's see how much more of a train wreck this seed is going to end up being.
Yep, here we go. Is this the killer of dreams, or is this going to be something even more hype?
Just couch cash, move right along. All right, so it's just money.
So it's not the fabled Agaped seed.
Bummer.
But it is an Agaseed.
Now, it might just... I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure Metroid MST has enough ammo for this fight. But Kraid stood up anyway, so we're going to get treated to a little ballroom dance here tonight. If Kraid would cooperate here.
He was one missile shy of dying.
Yeah, it was weird. The missiles weren't... encouraging him to open his mouth, unless only shots do that.
He has to, once he stands up, he has to back up all the way before it becomes vulnerable to attack again.
Okay. Leno's going to check the bottle he found earlier in Meridian, see if that's important for anything. Answer, no.
Hard no.
All right, so Lenophis has now done a hard reset. So Leno's probably going to head to. Leno's probably going to do the parts of the Bryn loop that matter, like get Fire Rod, get Hookshot out of Wreck Ship, get Charge Beam, and
Get Flute.
after, yes, and Flute. After that, we'll have to see where they choose to go because they can do almost all of Super Metroid is full clearable with our current equipment. It's actually kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not the kind of way we want things to be, but that's the way it is, so we got to deal with it.
So yeah, we'll see if one of them chooses to continue Norfair checks or decides to maybe go fight Ridley.
Oof, a nice early low percent Ridley. That's always fun.
Yeah, with only Charge Beam and the Super Missile count's looking pretty decent, but still not ideal. Metroidmst is also going to be able to check the plethora of checks here in East Death Mountain, courtesy of that hookshot.
So he knows what's here. Why is he going to check it? Muscle memory?
Good. Probably muscle memory.
These runners do this so often that they probably just, half of it's just autopilot.
Yeah, for those who are not aware, we have weekly races every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern and Monday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern here on SpeedGaming. So these runners are frequent flyers in those weekly events.
I was just gonna say they do weekly runs every week, because I wanted to be obscure. But Leno picked up his flute. Now he's gonna pick up his fire rod.
Metroidmst has picked up that grapple beam, I guess just as a safety, just in case Shack Tool ends up being important later.
Plus, it also unlocks a save and quit point here, so that's kind of a nice thing to have as well.
That is especially useful.
But now we're going to go see what's on the east side of Death Mountain, which could be useful, could not be useful. We'll see.
It could really be 50-50 in this case because we're still looking for the AGA 1. Well, actually, no, we have the AGA 1 care package, but we're still looking for boots and speed, as well as a few items for Dark World dungeons, because there's still going to be 4 Dark World crystals.
And here comes the check for Metroidmst is going to be Paradox Cave. There's 7 chests here, plus 1 more. There's a mirror, so that puts Tower of Hera into logic.
Ooh, not a bad find indeed.
Well, I was going to say it puts 8 checks, the 8th check being Spiral Cave, but now that mirror opens up some more. There's a spring ball.
The best Morph Ball item in Super Metroid.
The best Morph Ball item in any Metroid game, period.
Especially Metroid Prime Trilogy.
But other than the spring ball in the mirror, not too much up here.
Mirror is still really big, though, because if they end up... the thing about Mirror is that is actually required if you want to do AGA 1 for Dark World access, but save and quit to the Pyramid. The game checks
Indeed.
to see if you have the mirror before deciding to give you Light World spawn points or Pyramid spawn point, just to make sure that you're not soft locked in the Dark World, for example. I don't think that went how Lenophis intended, but that's
not at all.
okay.
Not at all. And some supers. That's not a bad find. We're looking pretty good on ammo now. We have Charge Beam, but we're hoping to get some more beam upgrades in order for us to take on Mother Brain with maximum efficiency.
Yeah, under ideal circumstances, at minimum, we would like to see Plasma, because that's the biggest damage increase with Charge, but having a few extra beams in general still is a good idea.
Absolutely. What's in Spiral Cave today? The Moon Pearl!
Well, that means we now have Dark World
Well.
access via AGA 1.
And that is the only way we're going to get it, because we still need a glove and a hammer, and we don't have Speed Booster, and we don't have hammer, and we know where the gloves are.
So now the question emerges, do we see an early AGA 1 play? Metroidmst has saved and quit to Link's house.
I would personally do Tower of Hera first, but that's just me. These guys are way better than I am.
Yeah,
but it looks like he's headed that way. He doesn't have a sword, though. He's got to go get it from the back of Escape first.
Yes. I was about to say, where's that sword? But then I realized, yeah, back of Escape. Because that's right, Lenophis found the sword and the, found something else in back of Escape that was important, too. I can't just remember what it was.
Yeah, there's a sword and the book.
That's right. Yeah, Metroidmst has to get the key here first, unfortunately.
This is the most difficult Hyrule Castle dungeon I've ever seen. No weapon. You got to go forward to go backwards.
I am very surprised Metroidmst is checking the other two chests. Unless something came up that we missed.
Something that he wants. Maybe a heart container. Maybe an energy tank. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but okay. He's throwing his boomerang at the guard for no reason. He didn't even hit him.
Vanilla dungeon strats?
Meanwhile, Leno's going back to the desert. Makes me think he's going to check Agina and do desert. Did he already do Agina?
I don't think so.
He has. He's going to check the desert ledge, check Agina, and probably go into desert itself.
Now,
there's Greg.
Wouldn't it just be icing on the cake if it was Speed Booster on the torch?
Speed lock speed? Yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we theory craft some terrible potentials that could show up in these seeds, folks.
There's a reason why the runners don't like us all that much. Agina was not worth it.
Yeah, and to answer a question, chat, what was on the library? It was just $20.
All right, so the book gives us access into Desert Palace, and that's a very interesting praying emote from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, not quite sure what the message was there. Wonder what the tablet said, if that's the gesture Sonic had to make to get in.
Alright, what's in this first chest? Is it going to be a key so we can do more, or is it going to be boots locked?
In order to get in, make the heavens see your point.
Well, it's boots locked.
It is completely boots locked.
I'm curious as to why he's checking. He knows it's a key. Well, it's not Speed Booster, but it's definitely boots locked.
Granted, we need Pegasus boots anyway, but even still, it looks like Pegasus boots are actually locking quite a number of important things right now.
Yeah, considering Desert is a crystal, you kind of need those boots. I mean, in theory, you could, if you had a glove, you could steal the key from the back.
But unfortunately, that's locked behind speed.
Yeah, you still need to finish this dungeon, and both of those items are locked behind speed. So either way, you need some form of speed.
All right, looks like Lenophis' next port of call is to clear out Wrecked Ship, get Hookshot and Fantoon boss to kill. We still have not seen our Dark World map check since Metroidmst did not check Hera during the time available with Mirror.
Well, Leno's trying to do the swag strats, and he bonks his head on the ceiling.
All right, what you're seeing in Metroidmst do here is a trick known as the fake flipper, where you cause a screen transition on the same frame you impact the water, which effectively allows you to swim without flippers, which is pretty useful for checking a few things out of logic. We can check Waterfall Fairy, courtesy of Moon Pearl. We can set up a water walk. We can check the bridge guy, and we can check King Zora.
And see what's on the Zora ledge.
Very true. And even King Zora still out of logic without a glove or flippers. It's weird not seeing a glove at 50 minutes, or knowing that gloves are inaccessible still right now 50 minutes in. Usually a glove shows up pretty early in these seeds.
Generally. Well, there's a red cane from the man under the bridge. That's kind of a nice item
That is
to have.
Flipper's log too, which is very interesting.
Chat is making a point that the glove did show up early. It's just not obtainable.
Fair enough. You got me there.
We knew that the glove was there in less than 5 minutes, so they're technically correct.
You got me there. Guilty as charged.
Chat usually knows. They pay way more attention than we do.
Alright, Metroidmst is going to go ahead and go back to Lake Hylia because orientation on vortexes is a little wonky in this game.
Mm-hmm.
No, we joke, but yeah, Metroidmst is going to check Waterfall Fairy with the Moon Pearl. As we mentioned, you can set up a water walk coming out, and that lets you check these two checks. Now, in the combo randomizer, tossing a bottle to the fairies here is guaranteed to give you only a green potion. Metroidmst has no bottles anyway, so it can't take advantage of this.
That's a bombos.
Yeah, that really is mainly going to do for that's actually one of the best medallions you can get early, because that makes A, Ice Palace a lot less of a pain in the backside, and B, might be a key for Maya or Turtle Rock if we need to go visit.
Correct.
Interestingly, Metroidmst did not check the Zora ledge. I reckon, though, given the amount of equipment available to us, we may see a splash deletion glitch attempt here.
Can he do it without magic?
No.
Probably gonna check it on his way out. Furthermore, he picked up a piece of heart from Zora, which gave him an extra heart container, which put him back into the fake flipper state. Or no, he got a bottle. Why did he get put back into the fake flipper state?
Zora had a bottle. Because it wasn't a fake flipper; it was a water walk.
Hey, that's right. No, it's just
that Zora just got heated into the trees.
Hmm.
You know, I'm sorry, the Kikwis wouldn't be a thing until Skyward Sword.
So amusing how some of the things in this game, no matter how many times you see it, you still see new things that you've never seen before.
Yeah, so now Metroidmst is going to go probably check Hera and Ether Tablet.
Not a bad play.
Give us our Dark World intel here. So let's see where our two missing pendants and second red crystal are currently hiding, shall we? Or not?
Oh, come on, Metroidmst! Could have given us the intel, man. Why'd you do that?
All right, the Ether Tablet has for us. This magic coin freezes everything.
It's vanilla!
Vanilla ether!
Okay, game.
Thanks. All right. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, this is good. This is great. I look forward to the interviews.
Is this thing on? I thought this was meant to be randomized.
Well, that's definitely randomized. The big key in the basement of Tower Hera. I mean, isn't technically not fully randomized because, I mean, the big key is in the basement.
Kind of. Yeah, I would more so call it the closet. Closet, pantry, take your pick, really. I'm wondering if we're going to see... Oh, no, not without... oh, no. Metroidmst is not going to Harapot. Kind of really don't need to, given the fact that you've already found an item and the big key.
He doesn't want to waste time. He just wants to go.
Wrong switch orientation, unfortunately.
It happens all the time.
Lenophis is going back through Red Tower here.
Gonna go to North Fair, maybe?
I think so. Either that...
It's weird that he didn't activate the flute and go through Death Mountain. Like, where's he going?
I think... did Leno activate?
He has the flute, but he did not activate it because we did not hear the good old Hyrule National Anthem.
Very true. Oh, Chat's makes a good point. Yeah, he's going to go grab Moon Pearl. Because that was chilling. That was chilling in Spiral Cave. That's
probably
right.
Still would have been faster to go to Zelda and fly, maybe.
Not sure. Also, I wasn't checking the. I didn't see if the chest in front of the big chest was an item for Metroidmst.
It was a compass.
Okay, so we still are missing one item, which could either be on Moldorm or in the basement.
And we have fire, so we can do both. Trolldorm is the worst boss in the game, not because he's difficult, because he's a troll.
Pretty much.
And MST takes him down handily for the map. So the item is fire-locked in the basement.
Oh, that's a good time. Alright, we'll see if Metroidmst decides to go check that real quick, or if it's time to nope out. Probably going to check it, given the circumstances.
Well, as a bonus, he does have both fire sources if he wants to.
Yeah, but right now, we're just really... To really get this seed moving here, we're really looking for Speed Booster and Pegasus Boots.
I'm still hoping that Pegasus Boots, or Speed Booster is Pegasus Boots locked. Or vice versa.
If that's the case, I think the only Boots lock check that it could be in, well, besides Right Side Desert, is Bonk Rocks.
Could also be in King's Tomb.
King's Tomb needs a... well, yeah, we're going to get a glove and mirror. We're going to get a glove after Boots, so yeah, that's possible. I'm more used to the Mitts path.
I don't believe it needs a glove, does it?
It needs... Well, actually, it only needs Dark World access and some way to get to the Tomb in the Dark World. And... Zerubian makes a good point. We still haven't seen Upper Norfair yet, despite having access to it for some time, courtesy of that trusty Sphere Zero Varia suit.
I have a feeling we'll see it sooner rather than later. And I totally missed what was in the basement of Hera.
I don't recall it being anything significant. I certainly don't see any extra items on the pause menu.
Chat saying it was just missiles.
And I think Metroidmst is making the play to Aga 1.
That's what it appears. And perhaps Lenophis is going to follow in his footsteps, except he's going to go activate his flute first. The amount of things that are speed locked in this game is kind of ridiculous. We got a sword speed locked in Meridia. We got a glove speed locked in Wreckship. We got a glove boots locked in Lumberjack Ledge, and Desert's boots locked. The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if able and remove your Minish caps for the Hyrule National Anthem. Alright, looks like Lenophis is probably going to go clear the Tower of Hera Crystal and might actually also be getting Dark World intel here for the for both of our players.
He may also go to Upper Norfair.
Yeah, that too.
Because Metroid MST is going to give us Dark World intel as soon as he gets through done being killing Aga. So
takes a bit of a tumble, but luckily this is not Troll Dorm, so falling down this only results in a 1 heart loss. Alright, so what Leno's doing here is trying to do a very tight wall jump here to get up to Bubble Mountain.
He's prepping a spring ball jump.
Metroid MST has a bit of a magic shortage now, so can no longer zip through these guys with Fire Rod. Excuse me. In case of the hiccups there.
That happens from time to time. And Metroid MST swings his hookshot at that guard. But it doesn't hit him, so the guard turns around and immediately attacks. Like, how nice. Thanks, game.
What's this hookshot coming at me, said the guard. Still not as funny as in Ocarina of Time, where hookshot actually yeets you straight into the Iron Knuckle.
Yeah, that's always fun. However, the guards of this game are not very observant. You can walk through a room, they don't even know you're there.
Yeah, there's no such thing as loud footsteps in this game. Leno is having quite some difficulty with the spring ball jump.
He's trying to show off, because you can just do a straight spring ball jump. Alright, so we're going to see Aga 1 on the right. How many blue balls are we going to get today?
I'm going to go with 4. If it is 4, though, credit goes to Zeruvian, because they beat me to it by just a smidge. Ooh, and that is magic powder in the cathedral there.
Well, that's a nice find.
Which is currently currently inaccessible until we get Hammer Mitts. Take your pick. I also lost count of how many blue balls we're at already. Was it 1 or 2?
I was not counting. I figured chat's going to count for us, so I just I didn't.
No, it's not that many. That was 2 hits back to back. Okay, so I think it was only 2 blue balls so far.
There's our third.
That's number 3.
And I think there's, what, 2 hits left?
I think it's actually only 1.
I think you're wrong. Or maybe you're right.
Yep, it was indeed 3 blue balls.
Meanwhile, Leno's giving us a speed booster check, and it didn't look like it was speed booster, because he's falling through the floor.
No, there wasn't anything in there.
Pyramid Ledge is just missiles.
Yikes. Not looking too brilliant, but here's the thing. That hookshot is a way we can hop on over to Western Dark World.
Give us a map check! Come on, map check! Come on, man!
I'm not quite sure what Metroid MST is trying to do right now.
I don't think he knows what he's trying to do. That was kind of amusing, though.
Oh, farming cash. Too low for pod. 15 short.
Oh, yeah, I always forget about that. Kiki the monkey is an extortionist.
Kiki the monkey wants a lot of money.
Oh, these guards are being stingy with their drops.
Yeah, the drop pool is completely randomized in the combo randomizer, so it's not like a fixed pool of items like it is in A Link to the Past randomizer.
Well, there's another sword in Norfair Reserve.
So it's pretty safe bet our runners will be guaranteed tempered tonight, since they will probably go grab the Main Street Main Street tempered sword. That would rolls off the tongue really well though. Main Street Master Sword.
Yeah, sure. That one's way better than Main Street Tempered. So MST is still trying to farm rupees.
Yeah, this is
He's just abandoning his portal going into Eastern. You can go to the rupee room in Eastern Palace, which is something you'd very rarely. Oh wait, no. Yes, we can. Yes,
Yeah.
we can. We don't have the bow to finish, but we can get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far, Bubble Mountain, other than that sword, not paying out.
Yeah, we're still really only being... I say we're really only being spoon-fed progression, but honestly, we've had the entirety of Super Metroid open to us for some time. And it seems like Super Metroid has been the place to be this seed, besides the Paradox Cave checks and whatnot.
Now, what's going to be most unfortunate is if MST takes damage while Kiki's following him, then he's not going to have enough to open the door.
Yeah, it's gonna have to grab another 4 rupees, which definitely do not want to do at this point.
He's being super safe and using the hookshot to stun everything in the way.
This is actually a really interesting play going to pod right now, considering that you have a very significant chance of being bow locked, number 1. Number 2, you don't have hammer to finish the dungeon.
Number 3, it's pendant. Speaking of bow.
Oh, well,
speaking of the bow, there it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you always bet on Croc.
That's my line.
Sorry.
Why are you going to steal my line, man? Well, we're not bow locked anyway.
Well, I don't think Metroid MST Matters cares about that now, knowing full well where the bow actually is.
I'm going to make sure that he knows that he doesn't matter. Quote from you. Gotcha. I'm kidding.
And I also just realized Metroid MST doesn't want to clear this dungeon anyway because it's a pendant. So probably just wants to clear everything, check the maze chests, and then nope on out. Although I don't recall Metroid MST having a bottle with potions on hand, so won't be able to potion glitch.
I think he has a bottle, but no potion.
Yeah. He picked up a bottle somewhere, but yeah, just never filled it up. That's right, but never went back to Waterfall Ferry afterwards.
That's okay. I mean, it is a green pendant, so it wouldn't be bad to finish it, because that's an additional check. But sometimes you don't want to do that.
And based on how many keys we've been picking up, I think there is probably an item or two in the bow lock side.
Grapple beam location is just power bombs. Now we're gonna see. Are we gonna see him do an actual Indiana Jones strat, the vanilla way of getting this item?
Looks like it.
It's usually a lot easier when you have high jump. Thanks, game. We're not seeing it today. Ooh, is he gonna do another morph spring ball jump? This will be interesting.
Setting up for one for sure. Alright.
Yeah, he's like, never mind. It's not
Alright,
worth it.
checking out the dark basement. This is where Metroid MST finds Space Jump.
Well, he gets a heart container and some much-needed money. And a key.
Oh, and there's
our 4th sword.
Okay. So swords are not an issue tonight.
So we're probably not going to get that speed booster locked one unless we happen to have speed booster the next time we go into Meridia.
Another energy tank in the Harmless Hellway, so we're pretty solid on, like, mandatory energy tanks, although I think Lenophis might still be missing one, but I'm pretty sure he knows where to pick one up later. I've lost count of how many items Metroidmst picked up, but it's definitely not 5. In fact, I think that was a map and compass, so I'm pretty sure we are missing items.
Yep, they're going to be on the right side.
But yeah, it's like I was saying earlier. Norfair seemed like a much better play given the double suits already, and case in point, it paid out with the bow. So.
And Leno's going to Lower Norfair.
Okay, this is not a bad play. Already have the tools to pretty much full clear it. Might as well. The only thing you can't check is Showcase Showdown.
Well, you can check it. You just can't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, has to do either a gravity jump, pretty much a gravity jump, since no high jump boots. So bouncing off the Nama Haze ain't gonna work here.
Very well done from Leno, doing it on the second try to get through that. That is not an easy trick to do.
No, it is not. Alright, Metroidmst is going to go ahead and get the Cathedral powder.
The first time I ever did it, Super Metroid or an SMZ3 hard mode seed, I had to do that. So I learned on the fly how to do that.
Oh my.
And it was a multi-world, so I had people waiting on me. Thanks, Taz. Green gate glitch on the first shot. Very nicely done.
It's not something you see every day.
No, never. Not even the best runners can do that. Reliably, anyway. Maybe he's figured something out that the rest of us haven't figured out yet.
Alright, now we're going to go see what Big Bird has for us.
Come on, you're leaving us in suspense now, man. Down goes the gold Chorizo. Speed booster! That's huge deal.
There we go, folks. Now we're getting somewhere. That provides access to our first glove in Wreck Ship Reserve.
That's a terrible place for that.
Yes, it is. It is locked effectively behind both suits.
Yeah, because you can't get there without a flute.
And would you look at that? Ether is needed for Meyer, so... Which
we still don't know what's required for the Dark World. We haven't had our map check yet. Yeah, Leno, you can't lift that rock without glove.
Yeah, since when you were able to visit the Meyer area and not lift?
Since SMZ3. Also inverted.
Fair enough. Alright, what's in Meyer Shed here? Supers and Red Rupee.
So if Meyer is required, we have to go back up the mountain and get our vanilla ether medallion.
Which thankfully isn't really too much of a trek with Flute and Mirror.
Come on, guys! You're killing me here! We haven't had our map check yet, man!
Hey, hey, hey.
What are you gonna do here, Leno? Are you gonna do another spring ball jump?
Chat points out Boots could totally be in Misery Mire right now, and that would be disgusting. They could be. Oh
Not
yeah,
on
Mire's
not on Vitreous though. It's not logical to finish because that red cane is out of logic.
right because his flipper's locked. Well, if flippers are in Mire, then that will put the whole chain back together. Because yeah, right now Kane on Bridge Guys are only out of logic snafu.
This is a very low percent lower Norfair. We've only got 2 energy tanks and no safeties, so we have no reserves. So,
Yeah,
I mean, the enemies down here hurt a lot. Even
Leno's playing very gutsy
even
here.
with both suits, they still hurt. Like, those key hunters do, what, 60, 70 damage a hit?
Something along that line.
And I know the side hoppers with the boots on, that they do a lot more.
Well, to be fair, Lenophis has screw attack, so...
You can still make mistakes.
Even still, if they hit you once...
But look, it's worst room in the game.
Even still, if they hit you once, they're not going to probably hit you again if you have screw attack.
Oh, this is tough. You can do a spring ball jump to get through the worst room in the game. Like, it's gross.
Yeah, we haven't really seen any enhanced verticality items yet. We haven't seen space, we haven't seen high jump.
Wow, well done.
Yeah, Leno's been showing off some really good movement tech here tonight.
Leave it to Zeruvian to remind me that I'm a fool. This is right, screw attack does make you invulnerable to all damage while it's active. Thanks, pal. Yeah, we don't even have a logical can fly. We don't have a can fly at all. Like, we can't fly still.
Uh-oh, that gold pirate
just
caused a minor hiccup there, but luckily it was only a minor toe stub in the lava there.
Every now and then it's nice to get a lava bath. It cleans off all the muck on the suit.
At the cost of some energy. Alright, Metroidmst getting Tempered Sword out of Cosine Room. I think that was tempered.
It was tempered.
Okay.
It said tempered.
Yeah, I just, because in some rooms, I think actually I'm more thinking old versions, but in some old rooms, Master Sword could have looked red.
Yes.
Usually.
Answer a question from chat. Infinite bomb jumps. We don't have morph ball bombs, so we cannot do an infinite bomb jump. However, that is one of the ways we can fly in this combo randomizer, both in normal and in hard logic.
Yeah, Lenophis is taking the no fear route and going straight for Ridley.
That's a nice pickup there. An extra 5 supers right there is kind of helpful. That's a little bit less farming he has to do when he gets down here. He's going to do a 2 E-Tank Ridley fight, though. That's terrifying.
Terrifying, but impressive if done correctly. And I suspect Leno is going to take some time to farm here. Ooh, Shine sparked a little too far to the left there.
He didn't want to waste supers on these guys, but doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, probably will just spend some extra time farming.
And this is where we're going to have that grapple beam comes in handy, because it really makes farming just a lot easier.
It does. Saves a ton of trouble. And Leno's actually already full on health, so all these drops should be ammo. In fact, most of these drops, if not all, should be supers.
There's nothing like just sitting there and farming ammo and not having to move. I think these guys are purposely not showing us what the Dark World map is.
You think
Yeah,
so?
I think so. All right, here comes Ridley. Five shots so far. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19. Not sure if that 21 hit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so Lenophis didn't have any trouble getting the AI manipulation on Ridley there to have him turn face left and effectively make the pogo pattern easy to deal with. That should be enough for a KO.
I'm pretty sure Ridley's dead.
Oh, one super short.
Nope, he's dead. You just can't pick him up when he's flying upward like that.
Ah.
And meanwhile, we have Metroidmst following Leno through Lower Norfair. Very nice Ridley fight from Leno. Very nice. For Greg.
The other green rupee.
That's outstanding. So Lower Norfair so far, not that great.
Yeah, I don't see anything new going on in these trackers.
Aside it from Ridley being necessary, there's no items here.
Yeah, the nice thing is Metroidmst is going to be able to now go mode Lower Norfair.
He's far better off on the health front for Ridley, but not so much so on the ammo front. He's only got 20 supers.
Yeah, which is actually the reason why Metroidmst is deliberately burning missiles here against Big Bird, because if missiles are low enough, the only attack Big Bird here will do is that is the bouncing orb attack, which guarantees some drops.
The tech these runners know is ridiculous. And down goes Big Bird for the second time.
It was only down to one super, too.
He just really wanted that speed booster.
Makes sense. That's locking a couple of very critical items right now. Especially that glove.
It's a very nice blue ball from Leno to get out of whatever room he was just in. The one with all the Tuskegas.
Indeed.
Up next on Leno's docket is going to be the Firefleet room, known as Mount Ridley.
We have our pendants and our remaining red crystal. Our pendants are in Skull Woods and Total Rock, with our last crystal being in red crystal, I should say, being in Swamp.
That early ice rod, we knew Total Rock was gonna be a pendant. We knew it. We knew it all along.
You know what's crazy? 2 out of those 3 pendants are Fire Rod locked dungeons, so I got dangerously close to having my the thing I mentioned earlier about not needing Fire Rod right away from happening.
There's silver arrows in jail. Do you go get it, or do you leave it there?
I'm pretty sure you have knowledge of Tempered Sword, but even still, silver arrows just reduces the amount of tension in the Ganon fights so considerably.
I would get it, for sure. I love having silver arrows. Doing silverless Ganon, I am not comfortable with.
Yeah, in this case, it's practically right next to you, so you only have to walk a little bit to go grab it. So the amount of time it takes to go and get these, I think, is offset by the amount of time you save in a silver Ganon fight.
It also does make the Vitreous fight a lot easier. It also makes the Armos Knight a lot easier. It also makes going through various different dungeons and bosses and enemies a lot easier, because silver arrows do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're useful in Eastern, Desert, Swamp, and Mire, so that's 4 crystal bosses that are going to be really useful. And not to mention possibly Helmasaur if we have to deal with him, so that's potentially 5 bosses that are made trivial courtesy of the silvers.
Also makes the trek through GT a lot faster.
Oh, yes.
But this is getting close to Super Metroid being almost done.
Close to Super Metroid being almost done, and for our remaining items on our to-do list, we actually only need Pegasus Boots and Hammer. And Flippers.
And possibly what's the Turtle Rock dungeon opener, because you never know, there could be something in there.
There could be.
Laser Bridge likes to hold things that are required quite often.
Luckily, it really... I think the only thing it can really hold at this point is flippers, because it can't be boots, because that's locking a glove. It can't be hammer, because you need that to kind of get into Turtle Rock's front door anyway.
Yeah, true.
We really don't need any Super Metroid items, because we now have Speed Booster, so all the speed checks are open. So yeah, the only thing that could be in Turtle Rock at this point that would be of extreme detriment... Actually, no, flippers cannot be in Turtle Rock, because Kane is flippers locked. So yeah, TR's barren.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So yep, forget it.
Good point. You know what's also amusing? It's an hour and a half in, and we still have just the pea shooter.
Yeah, we just have the melon shooter. That's about it.
Yeah, we don't have any beam upgrades besides charge. And Leno's gonna go check what's in the pantry here in Norfair behind Croc.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, that's
Yeah, Leno wasn't able to check this because he couldn't do the spring ball jump. But yeah, with Speed Booster in tow, we can pretty much full clear Super Metroid.
Yep.
So I wonder...
It allows us full access through Norfair, or not through Norfair, through Meridia, and it also lets us to check the only speed-locked item in the game that you can't see, and that would be Waterway.
Yeah, so with the remaining Super Metroid options on the table, it'll be interesting to see where Lenophis decides to route this, because Lenophis also still has to fight Aga 1.
Yes, he does.
I think he's probably waiting for Pegasus boots, so that way he can just basically go mode the rest of the game, or the rest of the path to that glove, which will net Titan's mitts. Which at this point, yeah, we're really only looking for hammer and possibly, yeah, hammer and flippers. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Which is pretty good at an hour and 26 minutes in.
Yeah,
I think Leno is headed back to Meridia to finish that place out.
Yeah, so as far as dungeons, there are 2 items in Skull Woods, but it is a pendant, so I don't foresee our runners making a push for that anytime soon. Thieves Town is a crystal, but you may have to leave an item behind in the big chest, which would stink. If that turned out to be boots and hammer was chilling in the dark overworld somewhere.
Very true. Leno is going to go for that butter sword. Or he was.
I think he was, but going from tempered to butter isn't that significant, so...
He's still going for it.
Oh, okay. Having trouble getting the short charge.
Very well done.
Metroidmst a little low on ammunition, but is still having generally little trouble with Ridley. I think Ridley's pretty red at this point, so should be close to a KO.
You were saying?
Pretty much.
That's one dead dactyl.
Alright, now we get to see what the rest of Meridia has in store for us here.
Yes, we get to go fight the Anaconda, otherwise known as Batoon.
Yeah, there's not too many, like, specifically items left here in Meridia. There's only, behind Batoon, there's Dragon,
Precious Missiles.
That's the one. Precious Missiles, Plasma, and Shack Tool. Those are the only 5 that come to my mind right away.
Then we still have 2 more checks over in Brinstar and Criteria. We have not seen
Waterway?
Criteria power bombs. We haven't seen Waterway. We haven't seen Shaft Supers.
We can see Waterway. Well, now we can see, not Waterway, sorry. We can now just see Criteria Power Bombs, but only because we just got Speed Booster.
Yes, that's the only reason why we can get there. I definitely missed what was in Pink here, or Pink Meridia here. I did not see what
It was
there.
missiles.
So more disappointment. Outstanding.
And yeah, this farming here is excellent with grapple.
Is he gonna go for the full halfie? Nope.
No, just gonna go for the climb. Ooh, nice grapple swing.
That was very nice. It looked more like a grapple lasso to me.
That's not until Prime 3. Which, to be fair, in timeline-wise, is before Super.
And Leno's gonna save it before he goes and fights Dragon. It's not a bad decision. He's kind of low on health.
Yeah, and you do need to sack a little health to do grapple beam strats, if you so choose.
He doesn't have enough ammo to do any other strat, so...
Yeah, I foresee this is probably a grapple kill play.
Half Magic's a nice find.
Half Magic is really nice, but I'm just noticing, besides ice, there really aren't too many magic-intense dungeons in this pool today.
I mean, Ganon's Tower.
Well, besides GT.
No, the rest of them seem pretty standard.
But yes,
Misery Mire requires a little bit.
Misery Mire requires a little bit, but Kane is not really a magic-heavy item. Ice is pretty heavy on it because of the fire stuff, but Swamp not so much. Skull Woods is a pendant, so... Leno is electing to do speed booster strats here. I'm not sure I recommend this at this point.
I think he might finish. No, he's just going for an ammo kill.
Interesting play.
That was well done.
Yeah, not too bad of a Dragon fight. Not ideal health scenario either, but still done. Nicely done.
Is this item going to be vanilla? Because that would be hilarious.
Not
French
quite.
vanilla?
Yeah, they're both gonna want that. So yeah.
You put that item behind the one boss you actually want to use it on. Like, come on, game. That's so mean.
Now Leno's got to get out, which the only way with our current equipment we could do that is a gravity jump. Actually, no, we can get a Shine Spark. Never mind.
Yeah, the gravity jump's cooler, but the gravity or the Shine Spark's harder because that's a short charge you need to do.
Excuse me for a moment.
I mean, now he's going to get out of here. He's going to make his way over to Plasma Beam. Most likely. And check that item before leaving Meridia altogether. Then he's probably going to make his way to Wrecked Ship and get that glove that we're so desperately needing. I wonder if he'll check Shack Tool before leaving. I doubt it. We still don't have an easy way to get up there. And we're not going to check Plasma Beam at all. Very interesting indeed.
Okay.
So Leno is making his way out of Meridia. The
He might.
He's going back to Aqueduct. Maybe going to Shack Tool?
Maybe, yeah, maybe trying for a take 2. Although, still no additional verticality upgrades, so technically this is about as difficult, exactly as difficult as it was earlier.
Yeah, there's absolutely no change.
Which is weird to say, considering how much important Super Metroid items we have picked up.
Yeah.
But Metroidmst is going to be our first to grab that vanilla ether medallion.
That's so funny.
It is. That's pretty funny. And it took me an extra second to realize, wait, this is a vanilla item. Like, I recognized the text was talking about ether, but then I realized, oh, wait a minute. This is ether tablet. I think Leno's trying to get a flip jump like this, so
he's gonna try. He can,
so that way he can
do a gravity jump too.
All right, we're gonna get to see criteria power bombs now. So this just became open to us courtesy of Big Bird.
Come on, Boots! Come on, Boots! That's not what I wanted. It's not even remotely close to what I wanted.
I'm actually trying to think. As far as Super Metroid checks are concerned, I think we are down to just Shack Tool, Shaft, Plasma Beam, Shaft, Supers, and Waterway. I think we've pretty much seen everything else.
I do believe you are correct, sir.
Now, Metroidmst, where's he going? To Meridia through Wreck Ship, by the looks of it.
Aha! Leno got it!
Nicely done.
Get your Shack Tool hype in chat, ladies and gentlemen. The worst part about those gloves is that Wreck Ship Reserve is so far away from the entrance. You have to go through the whole Wreck Ship again.
Oh yeah, that's why Metroidmst is coming back here. It's for the glove.
You have to go all the way back through Wreck Ship to get there. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's the dictionary definition of a long walk.
I mean, this may have been a decently stacked Wreck Ship, but it's still a get Wreck Ship because you got to come back.
I'm sorry, say again?
It's definitely a get wrecked ship, even though there was useful stuff in it, because you have to come
Fair
back.
enough. Yeah, because that speed booster was double suit locked, and actually, neither of the suits were in Wreck Ship, were they? You could have waited.
Where was Gravity? Gravity was behind Kraid, and Varia was in early CAC. So yeah, we didn't have to come here at all.
So theoretically, this is not a forced double dip. Also, Shack Tool was junk, 20 rupees.
I don't know why he's not resetting. Like, he saved before he came here.
I don't know. At this point, given how many curveballs the seed and our runners have thrown at us tonight, I've decided to just not be surprised anymore.
Zerubian's got a point. He's going to check Plasma Beam, and then probably he may go through Forgotten Highway, or he'll reset and come back out this way.
Either or, because he does have to go back to Wreck Ship and grab Glove. We still have no sign of that hammer either. That's locking
absolutely
out
no idea.
That's locking out a lot of Link to the Past stuff. All things considering, though, considering that Super Metroid is now full clear, there's not a whole lot left to do, because especially since we're looking for only hammer and flippers.
And Metroidmst picks up our first glove at 1 hour and 38 minutes in.
Jeez. But yeah, we're only looking for hammer, flippers, and boots. That's it. We are looking for hammer and flippers.
Oh man, Meridia, you're just mean today. It's so rotten.
Well, at the for this, if nothing else, Metroid MST is right behind. So, Metroid MST is probably going to go to Meridia now, finish up Super Metroid, get those boots, and now it's just a matter of probably scouring Link to the Past to find Hammer and Flippers.
These guys did ask Zeruvian to roll the seed. They knew what they were asking for.
They did. Oh, I can't wait for this interview. It's going to be a good interview.
Leslie Pro 04 saying if this was a weekly seed, he'd just nope out. Yeah. .ff.
Yeah, that would be a bad time.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you and me would be the ones commentating it because, you know, that's what we do.
Probably.
We're going to get a Shaft Supers check from Metroid MST.
Yeah, I think given the nature of co-op with the ability to just basically be in two places at once, it's more likely we'll see runners check the lesser common checks like Shaft Supers and Waterway just to get those out of the way while their partner checks does the more dense checks. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, it makes sense. Here comes the Shaft Super check. Is it anything useful? Nope. Leno was going to exit via the portal, the cross-game portal, but decided to go back through. Where's he going now?
Good question. Unless Waterway just crossed his mind.
I mean, he is closer than MST is.
I don't think so. No, MST's the one that's closest because he's in Retro Rinstar right now. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Leno's deciding to do here.
He's yeeting himself through the Mount Everest. That's one way to get through a door.
Yeah, it ain't weird if it works, as the saying goes.
Waterway dead. So that's 100%.
Yep, that's all of Super Metroid, and really, all things considering, the most annoying check I would say out of all of those is probably Plasma for Pegasus.
Absolutely. Agreed.
But yeah, ultimately, all things considering, the Super Metroid side of the seed wasn't too bad. Well, actually, no, I take that back. The speed booster being on Big Bird leading to a glove is that's up there amongst bad combos.
It's relatively gross, but not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not like Morph Ball was on Gold Turismo.
Fair. Morph Ball was Sphere Zero, and the suits were also pretty free, so... Those are the three big ones, let's be honest.
Yeah, this is the let's beat Super Metroid and then go to Link to the Past and do everything there type seed.
And Metroid MST's back in Red Tower. Not exactly sure where he's going.
Aiming for a cross-game portal to get out of Meridia? Maybe going to get the Butter Sword?
That's probably what it is.
And do Meridia all together because he hasn't done it
yet?
Yeah,
that's what it is. I didn't realize the entrance was that deep into Red Tower. I always get the location of the glass casing off a couple of floors. I keep thinking...
It happens all the time, the best of us.
I keep thinking it's more like near the moat. But yeah, Metroid MST will probably clear Meridia in no time at this rate.
I don't remember what was in Mama Turtle, but that's where he's going.
Ice Rod, which is useless.
Yeah, Lenophis in chat saying, Zaru, I'd like to see you after the meeting. Looks like there's going to be a good old-fashioned throwdown.
All right. Leno's going to go grab glove.
Lift. Dost thou even hoist?
Well, to be fair, the statue can, so.
Yes, it can. I mean, Samus doesn't weigh that much, but he carries her.
I'm not sure how much the morph ball weighs. It can't be that heavy.
I'd say it's going to weigh at least as much as Samus does.
Bird technology, you never know.
I mean, she's inside of it. Kind of.
But yeah, now the question just becomes, we might actually have a hammer go mode scenario, which if that's actually honestly one of the best cases we can get right now, because hammer locks out a lot of locations, whereas flipper's go mode only locks out the majority of swamp. Well, actually, no, it's actually either or, because flippers locks out swamp and ice, whereas hammer locks out swamp and only a small part of ice, one check in Thieves Town, and the tail end of Pod. And we already know TR is barren because Kane's flipper's locked.
Correct.
And hammer can't be there.
Hammer could be vanilla.
Could be vanilla hammer. But I think we saw the Pod big. Did we see the Pod big chest already?
Nope, he didn't have the big key. The big key is bow locked.
Right, okay.
Hammer can be in lots of places, but it can also not be in lots of places, so it's kind of nice. It's gating certain things. Hammer could very well be in ice. I mean, I've seen Hammer in ice before, and that's a terrible place for it to be. But
yeah,
it couldn't for sure be there.
Yeah, all things considering, really either go mode scenario is not brilliant, but has its both have their perks. Right, Leno's gonna just go ahead and slice through Aga Tower here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier with a butter sword half magic. He can just cut his way through. The other thing that I find rather odd is that of all the checks we've done so far, we haven't seen a single defensive upgrade for A Link to the Past.
We have not seen a single defensive upgrade for A Link to the Past. We've seen half magic, we've seen the swords, that's it. And Leno's only running 6 hearts too.
Yeah, 6 hearts green mail is actually kind of dangerous.
Yeah, we're basically they're set to glass cannon mode right now.
Oh yeah. Full offense, no defense. The best defense is a good offense, right?
That's usually a mentality I prefer to take, because I usually don't play defensively in games, so I prefer raw firepower.
It all depends on the game.
Of course. Metroidmst got the quick kill, the quick frying on Dragon there.
Oh, I love me some fried shrimp. For a plasma beam, goody.
Yeah, we'll gladly take that. I'm sure our runners.
I mean, if you're just gonna drop it into my lap, I won't say no.
Yeah, I'm sure our runners wouldn't mind at least Ice Beam falling on their lap before having to go to Torian just to make the Metroids easier, but I'm sure they also wouldn't mind Wave, because that effectively increases Charge Wave Plasma's power to 750, which is close to max, because Ice only brings it up to 900.
I bet it's in Ganon's Tower.
It's probably in Ganon's Tower. Now, a little fun fact for those who are not familiar with version 11 of the randomizer, Charge Beam can be in GT now. Previously, it could not, because Charge Beam is considered a mandatory item for the Seed, but now Charge Beam can be in GT.
It is not considered progression anymore. Ice could also very well be in Ice Palace. That is correct.
We have
I
to go.
long for the day where the seed puts both Ice Rod and Ice Beam in Ice Palace.
That would be astounding.
Just for kicks, you know.
Now, I don't think blue balls are consistent in between seeds, so I don't think Leno's going to get 3 blue balls.
I'll probably get 7.
I'm going to say 6.
Knowing him, it's going to be 15.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's a start. Leno's actually got to be really careful.
Well, it's not going to be 15.
It ain't gonna be 12 either. Actually, getting Plasma Beam right before this room is
Yeah,
perfect.
it's very helpful.
I just realized, because I think Screw Attack does work too, but
Screw Attack and Shine Sparks also work.
yeah.
So he only got 1 blue ball. That's a pretty nice Agafite.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
He had a better Agafite than his partner.
Yeah, just the one blue ball. Alright, Metroidmst is noping on out of Plasma.
Now we're gonna go see Catfish. For the first time.
We do have Dark Death Mountain access at this point. Well, at least we have Super Bunny Cave, I think. Oh yeah, we could do Upper Dark Death Mountain. We could do Hookshot Cave.
Yes, we can.
But that's pretty much where the Dark Death Mountain dive should end, besides Spike Cave. They should know TR is barren, given the circumstances.
That's another
Even if that's a...
vanilla medallion.
I just... What... Okay, I guess we turned coin random... I guess we turned off coin randomizer.
What's going on here? 2 out of 3 medallions are vanilla? Come on now, game. What are you doing?
Ridiculous.
I don't even know what to say. I swear to God, if Turtle Rocks quake, I'm done.
It could be, but we're not gonna probably find out. At least not until we have to go to G. Not at least until we have to go to GT.
Leno, you missed King's Tomb.
Leno does.
And Mondrogs.
I think Leno's gonna go get the mitts first, then turn around and do King's Tomb. Makes sense. I mean, it's right here. You might as well.
He's like, I only got 6. I need that.
Yeah,
Not very
I can
often you see runners going out of their way to get a heart container.
Yeah, I can understand that, especially since you still have... You're going to have at least Butter Sword, Silver's Ganon, but a Ganon Hug on Green Mail still does 8 hearts. That's still one-hit KO. Oops, decloaked a little early there.
Meanwhile, Metroidmst filled up on potions. Woo! And that Murder-Dactyl just took off 75% or 75%. Well, I can't math today. 50% or so of Leno's health.
Yeah, those, they hurt. I thought Leno was going to mirror bonk for a second there. And
yeah, so did I.
Would you look at that? Footwear behind footwear.
I love this game.
Little too late, game.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Watch these next 2 checks to be like Morph Ball Bombs and Space Jump. So they get all their can flies at once. After they're done with Super Metroid.
I think Metroidmst had a little bit of just realized about the Titan Smiths and just decided, whoops, hang on, back and forth.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do King's Tomb. Oh wait, I can't lift it. I'm on the Dark World. Leno's like, I will go there. Leno is near death. Low energy warning.
Yeah, at least it's not set to rapid beeping.
So, knowing him, I'm surprised it's not.
Furthermore, the sound effects are not randomized.
Also a blessing. Metroidmst is headed back to Misery Mire.
This is not a bad idea, all things considering, because the cane is currently out of logic, so it is entirely possible that flippers could be in Mire. In which case, we're only looking for Hammer, which could thankfully not be in a lot of spots.
It also allows him to do the Misery Mire Desert Palace combo.
Yeah, because with boots and glove, that's all you need at this point.
There's our final reserve tank in the King's Tomb.
Also boots locked.
And it looks like Leno's going to dip our first look into Village of Outcasts at 2 hours in.
Yeah, this was kind of hard to... Well, actually, yeah, it was kind of hard to access without lifting.
He's definitely doing Skull Woods, which is odd because it's a pendant. And there's only 2 items here.
Metroidmst's dungeon's not particularly item dense either, so they're hoping right now that flippers essentially fall on their lap, and of course it's a Godmire.
Yep, every time, man. I'm telling you, if you're not in Go mode, it's a Godmire. If you're in Go mode, it's not a Godmire. That's the way it works every time.
The other thing is, logically, you're probably, given that, Viddy's out of logic until we find flippers, it's more likely you're going to find flippers not in Mire. Unless, of course, it's, rando will rando and you do, but it's still more likely flippers are hanging around somewhere else.
Of course. MST is heading straight for Vitreous.
Well, it makes sense. He's already found 1 item, and getting an item off the boss will just save the trouble.
Yeah, but it's not going to be an item we're looking for, most likely.
It could be Hammer.
It's not flippers, that's for sure.
It could be Hammer, which would be stupid, but it could be Hammer.
I mean, this whole seed's kind of dumb already. Why not make it Hammer?
Now, Leno's already picked up both items in Skull Woods, found a big 20 in the back there, so... that's it for Skull Woods, which is good. You don't want to have to kill Mothula for a pointless pendant if you don't need to.
And here comes our first look into Village of Outcast. Here comes the C-shaped house. It's amazing how many Dark World checks we have left because we've been so busy in other games.
Yeah, just because of how open Super Metroid was early, it's... And this is actually kind of typical in SMZ3 seeds because SM you don't need a lot of items to do a lot of work. You only need really the suits and potentially speed booster and Morphball, of course. But beyond that, that's about it. The rest it's mostly missiles and power upgrades.
I am curious to know where this is going to show up, though. I wonder if we're going to get the hammer or the flippers first.
I am going to actually be done with this seed if it is hammer on Vitreous.
We're about to find out.
We also have the entirety of the Smith chain. We have Magic Bat.
It's even worse. It's a key.
Yep, so there's still an item missing.
Come on, dig game. Give us a shovel.
Not quite. 11 digs, though, isn't too bad. At least it's painful, but at least it doesn't trouble you for too long.
Yes, there is a bonus there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where the absolute dumbest spot hammer or flippers could be on this point, and I almost kind of want to say on green pendant.
Hammer can't be there.
Hammer can't be there, but flippers absolutely could.
Flippers absolutely can be.
Unless, of course, hammer's cane locked, which it shouldn't be.
That would be entertaining.
It also can't be on pedestal. We checked that very early. Thank you, Lenophis, for doing that, by the way. And it was couch cash.
Well,
the
hammersmiths or flippersmiths today. They're making footwear.
All right, icing on the cake. First chest of swamp. Or purple chest, just to be hilarious. So that was locked behind mitts. So that was behind Aga 1 and behind boots.
And behind speed.
That is a pretty late flippers.
That's pretty brutal.
So I would actually now, given that circumstance, I would actually wager it's highly unlikely that first chest of swamp has hammer.
Yeah, probably not. Could be an ice palace at this point.
Yep.
Well, there's another shield. Yay.
Oh yeah, Chad points out we haven't seen Checkerboard Cave.
Well, we tried. He didn't have lift when he got there. There's a vanilla item in K45.
Nothing going on there. Lenophis might show us the phantom chest glitch, as I like to call it. Let's see. Nope. Oh, nope, never mind. There goes the oh.
He didn't mean to do that.
I don't think so. Bummer. Because, yeah, there is a glitch you can do with the purple chest, leaving it behind, but mirroring in front of... Okay, here we go. Now he's setting it up.
He's like, you know what? I'm not taking this anymore.
I was going to do Hype Cave first, then pick the chest back up. That makes a lot of sense.
He may just leave it there.
Depends on if Hammer shows up.
Hype Cave is not going to be hype. Hype Cave's never hype. See?
Nope. Yep, that was pretty much useless. We really don't need the cash anymore. Alright, there's our other item in Mire, and it's an E-Tank, so that is no good for Mire. Luckily, Hammer cannot be on Pyramid Fairy since Swamp is a red crystal. It also can't be on Green Pendant either since Pod is Hammer locked. So yeah, places Hammer can not be.
Turtle Rock. Right side of Ice Palace.
Turtle Rock.
The back section of Pod. Or the boss of Pod.
Anywhere in Swamp. Besides the first chest.
Anywhere but the first chest of Swamp.
So yeah, there's a lot of places, thankfully, it can't be. We never saw Bombo's tablet either, so I think Leno's going to check Bombo's tablet.
He's going to do that right now.
Unfortunately, this cannot be vanilla.
No, we already had that. I don't even remember where Bombos was. It was in, what, Waterfall Cave?
Waterfall Fairy, yeah. Well, that item does cause a lot of explosions, but not exactly in the sense that the coin does.
Well, there's the finishing touch of Desert.
Well, no, there's still one item left. Because it was what? Compass in the first chest?
I don't actually remember.
Yeah, it was Compass in the... Yeah, compass in the first chest, small key on the torch, big key followed by one item. So yeah, there's still one item left.
Here comes the swamp play from Leno. So he's going to go check swamp. He's going to check that first item, see if it is hammer or not.
Wow.
It's a gamble.
I would
Huge
have,
gamble.
honestly, I would have checked Thieves Town, given that we know hammer can't be... We know hammer's going to show up as go mode, so the item in Thieves Town Big Chest is useless. So I'm actually very surprised Leno didn't go for Thieves Town.
He may have just been closer to this to do this, but I mean, this is a brave check. He's thinking that this seed's been trolling enough. It's probably here.
Is it? Nope.
Nope.
The exact opposite. Yeah.
That's almost worse.
Yeah, so that's useless at this point because Plasma and Spazer can't be used simultaneously.
And once you have Plasma, Spazer is literally worthless. So now instead of going to Thieves Town, he's going to Ice Palace. You can't finish Ice Palace without the hammer.
He's gonna
get his red
Kane
cane first.
He might still just route this into Ice anyway, because with Kane, Ice Palace is a cakewalk.
That may be exactly why he's coming up here first. Icebreaker is wonderful, but it's still... There's still items that you can't get because they are hammer locked.
We shall see. I don't believe we've seen the other item in Desert yet, so we'll see if Landmolus...
We have not.
We'll see if Landmolus has it. And, nope, it's in the big chest.
Nope, it's in the big chest. Because of course it is.
Yeah, there's been a couple of cases of that so far this seed. Fire Rod was in super early. It was in...
Alpha Missiles.
That was the one.
You know what, Captain? It's weird that I'm the one remembering things and you're not. That's usually the opposite. I must be on my A game today, and you're on your A- game.
Probably. I mean, an A- is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's better than a C.
Alright, looks like Metroidmst will now check Checkerboard Cave.
There's third shield.
Last shield. Useless. And the single arrow of destiny, first item in Ice Palace.
And here comes one of my favorite new, maybe not. My favorite new trick of Link to the Past is the Icebreaker glitch. Yeah, here we go.
Alright, meanwhile, Metroidmst is just going to go ahead and finish up Eastern. Get this crystal out of the way. So yeah, they're going to prioritize, and I've seen this strategy a lot from runners, they're going to prioritize crystal dungeons for now in order to try and hope that hammer falls on their lap so they don't have to go dip, like finish up pendant, check Bowlock checks in Pendant Pod, for example. Leno's having a little trouble with this Icebreaker glitch. The good news is, there's not a whole lot of spots this hammer can be in, so regardless, the seed actually isn't going to take that much longer. The absolute worst case would be... you know,
vanilla?
There's not that... Yeah, I would say vanilla. That would... And that's even not that much of a worst case scenario at this point.
There we go. Now, if this next item isn't a key, he's stuck. and I think he has to start routing it a different way. Well, it's not the key I was looking for.
Yeah, I think he just realized something was up too for a second. I don't remember if we've seen all 3 items in Eastern. I want to say we haven't. I want to say Armos has an item.
Oh, dude, I don't. It's been so long since we
Yeah,
were in
this
Eastern.
is,
I have no idea.
Yeah, this is like almost 2 hours ago, so who knows?
It had an item.
Well, Leno probably is going to want that, considering Leno is basically any percent did the majority of Super Metroid.
And pulled it off almost flawlessly. So now he's going to have to resort to an Ice Palace bomb jump if he wants to finish his dungeon. Well, he can't finish the dungeon. Never mind, he needs Hammer. Unless Hammer is in here, which would be just devastatingly stupid.
Yeah, I think Metroidmst is going to check Thieves Town now, because really there is no other... Thieves Town's the most logical spot to check right now. Because there's up to 4 items in here. Hammer can't be hammerlocked, so it can't be in the big chest, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I'm very surprised they didn't go to Thieves Town right away, especially after Leno found flippers.
I think Leno's forgotten how to do the Ice Palace bomb jump.
He was definitely a lot higher than he should have been. That was a little too low.
Yeah, it looks about right. Or not. Well.
Alright. Unfortunately,
wow.
Leno's got a bit of a health shortage, and that has to be a nope.
That's unfortunate.
Opening the map will not save you, Metroidmst. Alright, so...
There's the small key we don't want to see.
I don't think... well, it doesn't make a difference if we see it at this point, because there's nothing good in the big chest anyway.
Leno, where are you going now?
Dark Death Mountain.
Very strange, but okay.
There's a lot more checks in Dark Death Mountain by comparison, and Metroidmst's already doing Thieves Town anyway, so... They're trying to prioritize, from the looks of things, trying to get Hammer first, because once that happens, they're in go mode. Because they both have pretty much the same items, minus Metroidmst not picking up flips yet.
And Lenophis doesn't have Ether, but knows where it is.
Yeah, in fact, Leno's probably going to route that in with Hammer, assuming it falls on his lap here in Dark Death Mountain.
Even if it doesn't, he can still get it. Alright, let's see. What is in Super Bunny Cave for us today? Is it a hammer? Are we in go mode? Probably not.
I just realized the first front of Thieves Town had absolutely 0 items, so there is guaranteed something in the big chest.
Hey, there's our first change of clothes and a bottle.
Alrighty. Well, Leno probably would have liked both of those items about 3 minutes ago.
For sure. And here comes Hookshot Cave. There's Wave.
Alright. That's an actually useful beam upgrade.
Some more E. The hammer! There it is! There we are in go mode!
Ah, at long last. So Metroidmst is going to just go mode Thieves Town now and go probably rush Hammer and Flippers and just put the bow on this seed. Probably still looking for Ice Beam, but yeah, Leno's going to go get Ether, and then it's that's all she wrote. Although Leno's got quite a bit of work to do. Has to go mode all of the dungeons.
He got to do them all.
Yeah, but at least they're all go mode crystal dungeons. And I don't think the time's going to end until both runners finish, so Metroidmst is going to have a little time to look for Ice Beam if he so chooses.
Yeah, and he might save the animals and stuff like that too, so...
And we'd like to welcome the folks joining us from Speed Gaming 2. You are joining us as we are just now finally starting to hit go mode in this Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer run for the SNES Super Stars Marathon here on Speed Gaming.
Here's Morph Ball Bomb Blind, and are we going to get a burp toss? Burp toss! There it is!
Yeet!
We could have had that can fly a long time ago.
Technically, yes. With Hookshot, we could have gone to West Dark World without too much difficulty. Although, actually, thinking about it, wouldn't we have needed at least a glove upgrade to walk back up? I'm trying to remember.
No?
Guess not. Never mind. I'm thinking of the Smiths, sorry.
A terrible place for items in this seed. Just awful.
Yeah, Hammer was, Hammer in Dark Death Mountain's pretty bad because it's behind Titan's Mitts, which is behind Speed and Pegasus Boots, which is in turn locked by Plasma Beam.
And Agnew. And all sorts of other nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, it started going downhill from the first 5 minutes, folks. Let's be honest.
Yeah, once we saw that first glove, we were like, oh boy, it's a Zaru seed. I mean, they did ask Zaruvian personally to roll it, so he did, and this is what he came up with.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, it's entertaining for the chat, so I mean, it's great for them. It's just the runner's got to go through a lot of crap.
There hasn't been that much downtime, all things considered, because of the co-op ability to check multiple things at once. We're definitely, at this rate, going to probably finish underestimate here. I don't foresee Leno taking an hour to finish all the crystals.
Oh, absolutely not. He's got to go mode 7 dungeons? Nah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, because Go Mode Swamp is a cakewalk. Go Mode Ice is a cakewalk. Granted, it's a double dip for Leno, but even still.
To be fair, chat, they didn't ask me to roll it because they know that my seeds are even worse.
But yeah, Metroidmst is going to probably, though, finish way ahead of Lenophis at this rate, because, there's kind of a 5 crystal lead going on over there.
Yeah, so he's probably going to do some shenanigans just for fun while we wait.
Yeah, probably, like, clear out the majority of GT just to look for Ice Beam. That's probably what I would do, at least, but I don't know what the, like, general mentality is of, SMZ3 runners these days.
How kind of that eyeball to walk into or roll into a silver arrow.
And that's Metroidmst's go mode.
Crystal Dungeon number 1 for Leno at 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Woo! 6 more to go mode.
He's gonna mirror and do desert, and then he'll do the eastern. I don't know what order he's gonna do these in, to be honest. I think the last one will probably be Ice Palace, maybe.
It honestly really doesn't make a difference which one he does, because either way, the end run after this is going to be probably to Flute to Death Mountain
for sure.
Metroidmst can't use that mirror portal he saved on Dark Death Mountain either, because he's got to burn it for
Ruben's got a really good point. Doing Tower of Hero last is actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. For Metroidmst, that's already been done, but for Lenophis, yeah, Hera last is definitely the best call.
Speaking of which, we haven't said it yet, but make sure you give our runners a follow, because without them, we wouldn't have this awesome show to put on for you guys. Even though the seed's been utter garbage, it's been entertaining for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, especially the co-op aspect definitely made the difference here, because considering how scattered everything ended up being, all things considering, because what, we had like Bow on Croc, we had Progression in Meridia, we had Hammer in Dark Death Mountain. This would have been a very long single player seed for sure.
Oh, this could have easily been a 3.5, 4 hour seed. I mean, as a bonus, it didn't require you to do any really hard mode tricks at all.
That is true. We had fairly early. Where was Grapple Beam?
Grapple Beam was on the old man in the mountain.
Yeah, that was in Logic early, courtesy of a Sphere Zero lamp. So you had that for wreck ship access. So yeah, even continuous wall jumps I don't think were required. I think the only hard trick that was required was the... Oh, actually, no.
The gravity jump. The gravity jump into Lower Norfair, I think.
I think you could have skipped that, even, because high jump boots were only boots locked. So there was nothing in Norfair that would have helped you to clear out Meridia. So theoretically, you could have high jumped the Namahaze and done that instead.
The springball jumps did help too, so that means some of those were required,
It did.
and that's definitely hard mode, I guess.
Yeah, Zeruvian's bringing up springball jumps too. So yeah, springball jumps was the only real hard mode trick we ended up needing to do. It's actually kind of a bummer we didn't really get to see the true potential of a hard mode seed tonight, but there's always...
Instead, we got to see some of the more trolly logic of normal mode.
Yeah, interestingly enough.
There's our Sank Heart in the underwater chest in Swamp.
Alrighty then. So yeah, we're still kind of... Metroidmst is definitely still kind of on the hunt for Ice Beam. And then, who knows, maybe it might be in the shovel.
Yeah, he's just wasting time. He knows he's several dungeons ahead of his partner, so he's just hanging out.
You know what? It probably wouldn't be such a bad idea to go check it right after Swamp.
Yeah, you're pretty close, and it's the last time you're going to be close to it.
Our chat brings up another point, because we had early Flute. Well, actually, no, Mitts were still pretty late in the seed, so... Well, actually, nothing in Norfair made Meridia any easier, so you could have literally held off the entirety of Ridley until you got Flute and... got Flute, got Boots, got both of your gloves.
It is true. The Lower Norfair dive was desperation trying to find the speed items.
Yeah, because because Meyer puts you right next to Gold Teresa, which has speed... Wait a minute. Yeah, you had to go through the lava, because otherwise you wouldn't have had Mitts from Meyer, because Mitts were speed locked. And speed was on Big Bird.
Yeah, sure. It's true. And I hate to say it's Ruvian, but I think Metroidmst has flippers. Just going on them here.
Yeah, Speed Booster was above Big Bird. Excuse me for a moment again.
So now it's just a race to go mode all the dungeons as fast as we can and get to the top of Ganon's Tower. Then we get to see the awesome use of Diver Down, which is an awesome glitch that allows you to clip into the water from above and just sort of walk on water. Very nicely done. told you that everything in this seed was locked by speed. We had speed lock speed. It was nuts.
I see Metroidmst is having a few icebreaker problems as well. I mean, come on, guys. The SMZ3 community is very welcome. It's not hard to break the ice here.
Yeah, everybody's super nice. Except for that one guy.
Yeah, both runners had trouble with icebreaker tonight.
It's a pretty precision-based glitch. It's kind of tough to do. Single silver arrow to the eye of Argus takes down the gelatinous pile of goop. For Leno's third crystal. At this rate, he might actually catch up to Metroidmst if MST continues to have Nevermind.
Ask and thy shall receive.
He's already angry at what's in that chest, and I don't even remember what was in there.
I think it was a heart container. But yeah, at this point, there really is not much else we can do at this point, but reflect on the nonsense that took place over the course of the seed. Because at this point, yeah, it is just a matter of our runners go-moding the last few dungeons, and maybe Metroidmst searching for Ice Beam. That's about it. Also, it appears Metroidmst has the wrong switch section flipped. Yeah, you're kind of key-locked, buddy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And I don't think Spooky Action Glitch works. At least not on ice. In fact, I don't think it actually works at all in the combo randomizer. I could be wrong on that. Here we go. Now we got both of them ice breaking. Spooky works fine in combo? Never mind. Okay, now the switch is flipped. We're gonna have synchronized icebreakers in a minute here at this rate. We are gonna have synchronized icebreakers
This is
here.
awesome.
Come on, through the wall at the same time. Let's go.
These guys are great runners, but they can't do a glitch like this. Come on, guys. Come on. I can't wait to give them crap for this.
Yeah, this is not one we're gonna let live down for a bit. There he goes. Yeah, I am very glad that all things considering that we are still going to end underestimate, especially considering we started a little bit behind.
Oh yeah, no doubts. There's no way this is gonna take 45 minutes.
Speaking of which, if you folks liked what you saw here tonight, we have got Mushroom on Cold Stare. If you liked what you saw tonight, we have got more SMZ3 down the drawing board here for Sunday morning at roughly 9 a.m. Eastern. Looks like 9:11 according to the schedule. Ryko Rider will be giving you a normal key sanity, which we've been talking about in passing in races for quite some time. And personally, I'm excited to finally get to see it.
You won't be about 2 hours in when we've only found half the items.
Well,
Key Sanity adds an additional layer of complexity to SMZ3 because it throws keys that didn't exist before into the... There's the mushroom, it's the missile. It throws keys into the mix before that weren't there. So in order for you to progress in certain Super Metroid areas, you have to have key cards, which you find anywhere. They can be... And there's... I think there's like 14 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no idea, honestly, because I've never seen it, so I can't attest to the. I can't attest.
I know
to the
there's 2
complexity.
for Wreck Ship and 3 for every other area. There's 3 for Criteria, 3 for Brinstar, 3 for Upper Norfair, 3 for Lower Norfair, and then 2 for Wreck Ship. So that's 14, I think.
Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, folks, there's a reason the estimate for that is set to 4.5 hours.
Yeah. It's a very good estimate. That's actually probably pretty accurate.
Yeah. Although that might be mitigated slightly by a player of Ryko Rider's caliber.
True. But sometimes the caliber of runner does not mean the seed is not going to be a jerk.
Yeah, sometimes the seed can just have the bigger caliber. We had a minor hiccup in Discord there, but I think it's all sorted out.
Sounds about right. And here comes... Oh, we forgot to play the Gans Tower Big Key guessing game. Whoops.
There's 22 spots in Gans Tower where you think that big key could be hiding. Get a guess between 1 and 22. We'll give you a few extra seconds since we were kind of late to the bandwagon on this one.
We totally forgot about it because we were captivated. We'll let you guys guess until the first check, which is going to be the right side. TR is indeed Quake. Awesome.
That's ridiculous. Both those medallions and their entry requirements were vanilla.
That's outstanding. So numbers 1 and 2 was a piece of heart and a key. And there's another key on the torch.
Thankfully, no risk of getting 1 out of 22 this time around, since boots were hard required like 3 times over.
So Chad is correcting us and saying that TR is actually Bombos.
Bummer.
I didn't see it. For whatever reason, I wasn't looking at that screen.
No sign of the big key yet in Stalfos' room.
So that's 4 through 7.
Yep. Which 4 did have an extra energy tank, so they're not going to say no to that.
Nah, never. However, at this point, the missiles do seem kind of redundant.
Yeah, missiles are useless now, especially with charge plasma wave. 750 per shot. Not the most DPS compared to supers, but still a pretty valid damage source nonetheless. Alright, this is going to be Crystal 5 for Lenophis coming up here.
It'll be a flute to 5 to clear Eastern, and then to the mountain.
There's our big key, chest number 9.
Number 9. We get a couple 8s.
I don't see a 9 in the chat.
I see a pair of 8s and a 10. So nobody wins. But I think, in reality, everybody wins.
Oh, everybody in the audience wins after this seed. All 1,339 of you watching this, the tail end of this seed.
The chat definitely won this seed. With the required AGA, required speed booster. Oh, yeah.
Not to mention Pegasus, Boots and Hammer were both in pretty... Well, Flippers actually to a slightly lesser extent, but Flippers were only just bad because they were in the chain.
Yeah, for sure.
Boots were just in a lousy spot. Looks like Metroidmst is choosing to just continue going up the tower and is not going to check the rest of the chests for Ice Beam. Yeah, Leno's going to be in GT in less than 10 minutes at this rate. Because it's just Eastern, Hera's a cakewalk. Leno might even Hera pot.
He is making this gauntlet look like child's play, though.
Yeah, 12 Hearts Blue Mail isn't exactly ideal, but with blue potions in hand, butter swords, silver arrows, it's a cakewalk. Half magic is also a big plus.
Yes. Now, blink and you miss it, the Armos Knights are going to disappear.
Not exactly in the order I think Leno was going for, but
Hey, it works.
6 shots, 6 kills.
If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. MST making Wizrobes 1 and 2 look like child's play. I still can't manage either one of them.
No, chat, we cannot ask them to do it again. You might see Leno do it again, though.
Yeah, he might, but I doubt it.
So let's see if Metroidmst checks the last 4 chests in the top of GT here for a lucky Ice Beam. Perhaps in Moldorm 2 chest for icing on the cake.
I doubt it. Ice Beam's gonna be somewhere stupid.
It's probably actually chilling in Turtle Rock.
Probably. Turtle Rock, the killer of hopes and dreams.
Oh, Chad also brings up a good point. Could be on the shovel spot.
It very well could be.
And
Ice Beam could literally be anywhere.
Yeah, Ice Beam is kind of ridiculous at this point.
Ice Beam and Ice Rod can literally be anywhere except, well, Ice Rod can't be behind Trinex, but, you know. And Moldorm 2 was guarding a final E-Tank for their trouble.
I'm pretty sure Leno is probably going to pick up at least 1 or 2 of the extra E-tanks on the way, just in case, because there are some close by E-tanks near the GT Big Key. Not to mention that one on Moldorm too.
True.
But yeah, Metroidmst is going to be our first to fight Aga 2 with a 1 crystal lead. Well, we say lead in a relative, quote unquote, over Lenophis.
I think this is going to be a triple-double. It was indeed a triple-double.
Not bad at all.
That's a very well done Aga 2. Agonometry.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Metroidmst to face the Big Pig. And tonight, Ganon's worried about thinking outside the box. I mean, this arena is a box, so we're not really fighting outside the box, if that is any consolation to go by. Outside the box really wouldn't be a thing until Breath of the Wild, now that I think about it.
Yeah. And that definitely requires you to think outside of some boxes. Because some of the puzzles in that game were puzzling.
To say the least.
Especially the DLC dungeons were...
Trial of the Sword dungeons.
Oh no, I never got very far in those. I'm talking about the Champion's Ballad dungeons.
Yeah, those ones.
The Trial of the Sword was a nightmare. That was hard.
And Ganon asks, did you find the arrows? Yes, we would be happy to demonstrate this.
Here, have a taste. We know you like silver.
And just squeeze that hit in time before the torch shuts off.
He just got a silverless Ganon hit on him by swinging his sword like that.
That is
down
like
goes
Ganon.
Window.
That is like a 1 or 2 frame window to get that on a slash. But yeah, get your single G in for Metroidmst. Or is it technically half G for the team? That was a very interesting backhand boomerang there from Lenophis.
Very interesting.
And now Metroidmst is going to go make the way over to the big brain. Charge Plasma Wave. This shouldn't be too hard of a Torian dive. Unfortunately, we'll have to resort to the Power Beam strats. Power Bomb strats, excuse me. Power Beam does practically nothing in Torian. Sorry, folks, it's late.
Yeah, it's a little bit later than normal.
I also got up real early today, and I haven't slept particularly well, so I'm just tired out overall. But yeah, this seed has had a lot of highlights for sure. The gloves is definitely the big one for me. 5 minutes in, we see the glove on Aga Ledge. 20 minutes later, oops, we need a speed booster. It is actually kind of a bummer that the other remaining speed block checks weren't anything crazy. Leno is stopping for a moment here. Wonder if he's key locked or maybe bottle. Oh, is out of sticks.
All right. We don't have Ice Beam. We never found it. But we're going to have to get through these Metroids one way or another. And they take 3 power bombs to kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, no sign of Ice Beam before wrapping up. But yeah, Leno unfortunately does have a arrow shortage, so
Oh, that's unlucky. I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah, I had no idea you could do that.
Folks, you learn something new every day. Maybe kill the Lionels and hope for a good drop? You have Butter Sword.
Oof.
Ooh, Metroidmst trying to go for a baby skip didn't quite go as intended. Isn't there a shop that Leno can just grab arrows somewhere?
I don't remember. There's probably one near Link's house.
Also, Metroidmst forgot to face right.
Ooh, that's gonna save the frames. I mean, I guess the best place to farm arrows is the place you get the bow, right?
Fair enough. Yeah, there are a lot of arrow drops in Eastern. And it's a bummer, too, because Lenophis was in perfect position. I just didn't, have the necessary equipment.
It's not a mistake a veteran runner like this makes very often.
Which is weird, because Metroidmst's arrow count, if I recall right before the Ganon fight, was 45. So there were plenty of arrow drops overall in the pool, but I think Leno was just a little too aggressive with his silvers.
All right, we got MST is going to try for a speed Zeb skip. Oof, he was close.
Not quite.
Alright, now he's got enough arrows.
Chat says Fire Shield's shop sells arrows. That's the one near Lake Hylia, right?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah. Metroidmst has decided, you know what, just forget about the skip. Is going to need enough missiles at least to get Mother Brain Phase 1 dealt with. Not exactly as much Super's ammo as I think you'd like.
He may go back and refill, maybe not. He's got enough ammo to do it, though.
Yeah, at this point, you can get the rest of this done with charge if need be.
Charge plasma is going to be the easiest way to do this. It's 750 damage times... She's got 18,000 health in Phase 2? The same as Ridley.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good at math.
It is 18,000, though, you are right. So yeah, a little over 100 shots, which is not that... It doesn't take too long to get those off. And it looks like Metroidmst is setting up for stand-up. So stand-up glitch. You damage down just enough to not... to be able to gain control during the baby sequence and get some free shots on Mother Brain in Phase 3. provided, of course, you are airborne at a couple of points in the event.
Yes, you have to be airborne when Mother Brain shoots at you, and you also have to be airborne when the baby tries to latch onto you. I think. Or maybe it's when the baby comes off of Mama Brain? I forget.
I think it's when the baby, when the baby comes on and off Mother Brain.
Well, MST successfully did the stand-up, so now he's just going to be able to keep pumping charged plasma shots into the brain of Mother Brain while we wait on the baby to fill us up and give us that sweet, sweet rainbow power. Lenophis needs to be careful. Never mind, doesn't need to be careful. He's got a fairy right here. But he's making quick work of this gauntlet. I know. Don't waste arrows.
That's already led to a problem once so far.
You don't want to run out of ammo again, and down goes Mother Brain. So now the clock is ticking for MST to get out of this planet before it goes kaboom boom. Oh, that's Spike.
Wow,
Intercepted
rude.
the bread brick, the block explosion. Wow.
Rude.
Get out of the way, man.
But yeah, what a way for this one to wind down, folks. A double speed required seed with a glove on Lumberjack. Metroidmst is gladly accepting the lava bath in order to get the Shine Spark. Not a bad play. Oh, and I think Metroidmst may be taking the extra time to save the animals here. Or is just messing with us for the next
no, he's
90
not.
seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, messing with us.
Wow. He said no, chat. No.
Ugh, I hate being messed with. Well, that's going to be it for Metroidmst, finishing with a time of 2:52:21. Well, get your GGs in chat.
Yeah.
Because,
For as much GGs as you want to give MST for letting the animals die.
But yes, definitely a GG to both of our runners. And again, if you have not already, please give our runners a follow, as they have put on a fantastic show for you here this lovely Thursday evening for the SNES Super Stars Marathon here on SpeedGaming.
And down goes Aga 2 for Lenophis, and now he gets to go fight the big pig.
Alright, Leno taking on the big pig right now. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely about 10 minutes or so before we're wrapped up here. Leno should have no trouble getting through Torian.
So the estimate was actually pretty close.
Yeah, it was, all things considering. And this was for all things considered, a higher end trolley seed.
For sure.
There was a lot on the shopping list.
Oh yeah, the logic chain for this was atrocious.
Yeah, it really was. I would say the craziest link in the chain was boots on plasma.
I mean, the places of the gloves were awesome too.
Placements of the gloves were awesome, but the real icing on the cake was the fact that the keys needed for them were all over the place. Because Speed was on Big Bird, and
nice double tap to finish Ganon off.
That I'm so bewildered by that, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the double... Well, technically, Wreck Ship didn't have to... Did Wreck Ship have to be double dipped? Well, actually, I think the mirror led to something important, and Hookshot was in Wreck Ship, so yeah, I think actually it was a forced double dip. Give me a minute, we'll figure this one out.
You're asking an awful lot for me to remember.
Spring Ball was hookshot locked. Yeah, it was. So, yeah. Double dip Wreck Ship. Ew.
Yeah, that's gross. It's definitely a get wrecked ship for sure.
Yeah, not in the sense that there was no progression there, in the sense that the progression was there, but just not available.
Yeah, it's like you can see it, but you can't get it.
So we do have Metroidmst joining us in the Twitch chat, and we do say GG to you, but yeah, that was one heck of a seed. Also, I think we could still ask this because the Triforce didn't, so how about that bow location?
Always bet on Croc.
Alright, so unfortunately, Leno's not going to be able to do stand-up due to an energy tank shortage.
Yeah, well, he'll be alright. He's got more than enough ammo.
Very true. And you are invincible while you're in the power bomb field too, which does help. The nice thing is because Leno's ammo is missiles and supers are full, the drops are going to be just health and power bombs, which are both pretty much the only two things you need for this. Power bomb drops have actually been really nice.
Yeah, you're not kidding. We've been through 4 rooms, and we've had 3 power bombs per room, but we've only used 5 power bombs? I'm no math expert, but something seems fishy.
Well, what's even fishier is that we're getting more luck with power bombs, but we couldn't get arrow drops in time for GT.
You needed arrows. You don't need power bombs.
Yeah, it's a bummer we never figured out where Ice Beam was. But like I said, it's probably chilling in Turtle Rock since we basically full clear the rest of the game otherwise.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would definitely like to know where it is, but we won't know. This is going to be a really quick baby.
Yeah, just don't accidentally run into him.
Mega Man's shorting out. You gotta save him.
Yeah, Metroidmst, that was definitely a interesting phenomenon with Leno having entering Goma with all 7 crystals still on the to-do list. Because essentially the way it worked is that Metroidmst, you did mostly, I want to say, yeah, you were the first to Super Metroid, if memory serves, to do the SM checks, while Leno stayed in A Link to the Past a little longer. For the start of the game, if memory serves. Also, stark difference in your regular missile count.
Yeah, you had several hundred. He has 50.
But makes up for that with an obnoxiously large amount of supers.
He also had 6 hearts for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I think because ultimately Metroidmst's checks led to all the health drops. The end result is that Lenophis just decided to ignore them, which, to be fair, has not really been to his detriment this seed. His lower percentage strats have been very well executed.
Definitely. However, his icebreaker glitch needs a little bit to desired. Gotta work on that icebreaker. Ketchup beams means she's almost in phase 2, and she's in phase 2. Damage down.
But yeah, absolutely no chance of stand-up glitch due to lack of E-Tank. Although, interestingly, there's a frame here for when Samus looks up, I guess. I didn't notice that.
As we said, we do something new. We see something new every time we watch this.
Yeah, Metroidmst, both of you had some icebreaker troubles today. Although Leno double-dipped Ice Palace looking for Hammer earlier, so Leno had to do it twice, and then a third time because Leno had a something caused Leno to go back through. Oh no, it was Metroid that had to go back due to key lock. Was it a key lock problem?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a key problem. Alright. One overused Skittles meme later, and Lenophis will make Mother Brain taste the rainbow.
Have some Skittles! We're not sponsored by them, I just like Skittles.
They are good. I do like Skittles too. And that's GG. This actually is sped up in the Super Metroid side of the randomizer. For the combo randomizer, we just got that in on version 11.1, so nice detail.
Three minutes to get out of here. It's time to go, go, go! You think he's gonna save the animals? He might. He might,
No.
but I doubt it. He wants to be done with this garbage.
I would be too if I were in their shoes. But yeah, this is just one more giant vertical shaft that separates Lenophis from completion.
I'm not even sure I want to go on to the discussion of what's going on in chat. Chocolate Skittles? That sounds gross.
Yeah, I'll pass, but thanks.
Like, my Skittles are supposed to be, fruity, not chocolatey. That's just, ugh. Crunchy Tootsie Rolls? Wow. We're going off the rails here, boys. And yeah, he's skipping saving the animals. He's just going to get out of here. At least he didn't butcher them like Metroidmst did.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your GGs in chat for Lenophis and Metroidmst, finishing this seed at 304.1. And that is the end of this dumpster fire of an SMZ3 seed.
Indeed, quite a very nice finish, nice path to go mode there. Again, gloves in very bad spots with required boots in plasma beam. You love to see it if you're the audience at home. But with that said, folks, we do have to move things along because we already are behind schedule in the marathon as is. So we are going to now turn it over to Cozy Pocket and Lunar Chimera, who will take things away with, I believe, Panel to Pawn.
I believe you're correct. So from all of us at SpeedGaming, the runners, Lenophis and Metroidmst, Captain MD13, and our tracker, Zerubian, we bid you a farewell, and we will see you all next mission.
See you next mission, folks.